Hello. Sorry, I am here. Just we are missing my webcam. Oh, hold on a minute. Every single time. Okay, sorry. Basically, I'm getting what's it called? I'm getting feedback. Like it's real time feedback. Real. It's not real time feedback. That is like a second delay feedback on from my webcam microphone, except for some reason it's got some like it's like I don't know what it is. Um, don't allow. Oh, that seems to fix it. Okay, yeah, that fixed it. Which is just so annoying. And see, every single time I have to like turn off the audio, but whenever I unplug, I don't know. Okay, I don't know when the last time I streamed was. I actually see. I don't know if I was in here last time I streamed. I should probably state some stuff. I don't. I'm just looking to see if I was here last time, so if I need to talk to you guys about something or not. I was not here last time. Okay, well, I'm in another room. I'm in my brother's room. I was told off, and then I had to move over. No, my brother's been in America for like the past almost 6 months. I think 5 months by now. I think he was meant to be in America. Well, not America, but he was meant to be away for so like 6 months or so, and then he comes back next month. So maybe it's been 5 months. I'm not sure. Anyway, so in the meantime, I'm gonna be moving tomorrow, the next day as well, to a different room, which is the most painful thing. I'm gonna be honest. So there's some stuff I won't bring up yet, but just know that I might be moving around a little bit for maybe another month or so. Just swapping rooms. Just doing some stuff around the house as well. So I had to move out because we got to get my room replastered and stuff because there was a bit of like cracks in the ceiling and some of the walls with the paint and stuff. So I had to move out because of that, and then we have to move my gaming setup to another room again for like another month, which is gonna be really annoying because I'm gonna have to deal with. See, I like my room and setup being in the same, like my setup and room, like bedroom and setup being in the same room. So it's gonna be just a bit annoying because I will be moving to a different place with a different, um, not a different place, but you know what I mean. Like it's gonna be a different side of the house, is what I mean. Kind of like just waking up, dragging myself onto like my setup. So no, it'll be a bit more cramped in that room. Regardless, I don't know. I think the most annoying thing to me is more just like having to lug everything. Like, I don't know if I can be bothered showing you guys, but I mean, I got a bunch of art supplies which I was just cleaning up. And I got, oh my god, look at all the wires. Because I obviously moved within last time I streamed. I was just like, when I got the new table and stuff, I was like, I might as well go do some, cable management. And then I ran into the issue of I had to move again for fucking plastering reasons. So I'm like, dude, as long as we're moving and stuff, like I'm moving around and stuff, um, you know, I can't be bothered making anything look fancy because if I'm just going to be moving back and forth and back and forth, I don't want to have to redo my like cabling and stuff like that. Like I need a cable set up, but I did make it look a whole. Like I cannot move my web camera along because it's just getting tangled, but I think you can get the picture. I mean, I've got like no room. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, I got speaker, then I got like, you know, I might swap this to being an 8. So this only holds like 6 cables, which is not enough for me, as you can see by me fully, you know, filling it up. And I have some other stuff under the table. It's just like my Ethernet cable. And I got a massive. I just dropped my webcam. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like a big subwoofer, which is nice. But then I just realized that this, well, I didn't just realize, but I've noticed. So before I'd have like 1800 centimeter or whatever, you know, desk, which was nice and good and whatnot. But now it's gone down to being like, well, it wasn't like 18, like it was 18 by 18, then it was by like 7.5 or whatever. There's like, not 7.5 meters, but like 750 centimeters. But now I've moved to like 600 centimeters, which is like significantly less. Which makes it annoying. And then, you know, I've just got a bunch of junk there. Anyway, I got a bit of stuff that I'm going to talk to you about, and I'm not going to grapple you guys for too much longer. Okay, stable. Do I have some things to talk to you guys about? Man, so Unity has made the most. What the fuck are you doing, Mav? Let me bring it up. Don't know if I'll switch it, but I'll just bring it up so I can read. So they've sort of changed it around a little bit, but they are just making such terrible decisions. Let me pop open Twitter. Hopefully everything's running good. Says a couple of things to note. I mean, first things first, while I'm trying to find it. There was a Apple. Sorry, I got completely sidetracked. This is amazing. Sorry, I don't know. That just looks really amazing. Yeah, like how good that tracks. Anyway, Unity. And there was some Apple thing with some new stuff with the iPhone. I am like, listen, I'm not. Where do you put it? I'm not an Apple hater. I just extremely detest Apple. I don't know. Like, I dislike Apple pretty much with a passion. I think, you know, the pricing of some of it in terms of price to features and like worth, I guess, price to worth is like terrible. I say that I do have a Samsung, so arguably not the greatest price to, you know, worth, but either. But I mean, I did have OnePlus and stuff, which this was like OnePlus 6 as well. So this wasn't like the latest ones. This was OnePlus 6, the OG, the last good OnePlus, really. Or the one above my model, the OnePlus 6S or something, was arguably better. But anyhow, it'll be that pretty much shit itself and stop working. So I had to upgrade, and I decided I'm just gonna, you know. But I used to be a bit of an Apple fanboy. I was never a fanboy, but I would get Apple things. You know what I mean? Like I was in like the ecosystem, I guess you could say. Back I had a iPod Touch Gen 4, I think. I don't know. It was a really old one. It was the one with like the home buttons and everything. It had the old, was it iPod Touch 4? How many generations do they have? I think it was this one. It looks a lot like this. And I had one of these jelly cases, not pink of course, but I had one of those. And then I moved up to like an iPhone 5, which I'm not going to search up. And then the iPhone 5 I got, it was like already used and it wasn't great. So it pretty much was just running on fucking nothing. It was just terrible. And then, you know, I I do have an iPad, but I was given that for free through work. So I'm just like, you know, if they give me that for free, I'll take it. And then I realized it was kind of useless as well. Like, there's nothing you can do with it. I sort of like, I think Discord works, but pretty much every other app just isn't supported. So I'm like, oh. Like the couple reasons that I wanted to have an iPad. Like, by all means, I think iPads are like relatively worth it. Relatively, if it like fits your needs. Like if you want to do drawing and that sort of stuff, iPads are like really good for 2D art. Even a bit of sculpting you can do with via like Nomad and whatnot. But yeah, but no, I would personally wouldn't get an iPhone myself. I just think, you know, you look at a lot of the additions they're adding each time, and what did they come with? Titanium shell, nice. That's like a gram lighter, and it'll be stronger. But you know, there's nothing, you know, to be overly happy about. It'll be like nice work, but I don't know. I mean, I think my one's like aluminium or something, but it's not broken or anything. It's got like paint chip things, but that's about it. I don't know if it's really paint chip, but you still see what I mean. Well, I mean, it is just the paint, but I don't know if it's a chip or what it is, but maybe paint scratches or something. So I've never had like structural damage outside of, I think, the glass cracking on a singular phone. That's because I dropped it. No, I didn't drop it. I was doing something and it fell off my desk and it landed onto my fucking like pedal, which is made out of metal, for like my sim setup. And I'm like, no. But it was like a $200, $300 phone, so I was like, yeah, it sucks, but one of those things. But no, because I don't know. There was that. The button that used to be muting and shit is getting changed to, you know, a third button, but that's nothing new. USB-C, they were forced to. That wasn't by choice. They wouldn't have done that by choice if, you know, they weren't forced to. And on top of that, they are using USB-C 2 for the fucking Plus and the base edition. So I'm just like, I don't know, a bit scammy. The only thing I say a bit scammy because we've been using USB 3, or 3.2 effectively now, but USB, you know, 3 up for like how long now? Even like the cheapest phones you'll buy these days are still using USB 3, so it's not because of budget that they're using USB 2. But it's just the business practices people get sucked into that shit. So the only interesting thing is that they're bringing, and they've got the new chip, which I think is completely irrelevant because the chip's only like it's very small percent better upon the next version. But on top of that, it's like you tell me a singular person that makes the most of their chip in their phone. You couldn't, right? Like, yeah, they're adding like PC games onto it, which I'm just like, that's terrible. First off, I don't think PC games should be going onto an iPhone. PC games are made and optimized to be running on like a 19 by 10 generally, which these ones, bear in mind, are almost, they're not, but they're almost 19 by 10. But I more mean in the sense of like 24 and above generally, right? Inch, that is. You know, less for laptops, but some people have like, 32-inch, you know what I mean, full on TVs. So going, the way I look at it is like, it's got, oh, that's interesting. I forgot that I was streaming. Is Weta Digital working with Unity? I wonder if they're gonna change or something, or if they're gonna bring anything up. I don't see Weta being particularly happy with this either. Anyway, you sort of get the picture. They're bringing PC games onto phone, but I don't think any PC game should really be played on a phone. I mean, I've tried it before. It's just, it's, you got all this like detail and like all these like objects and stuff, but they're gonna be like really small to see. It's hard enough playing games on your phone, but when you make games for a phone, you want everything to be big enough so the user can see it, because otherwise you're gonna be holding it like this. It's like, trying to watch a movie, but you hold it out there, I don't mean, that's too much. I don't know, it's like being on the other side of the room, but trying to play on, outside of the fact that I have shy eyes, being on the other side of the room and trying to watch something like a movie on here is just uncomfortable. It's going to be the same thing, right? Like my phone screen. It's going to be too small. But here's the thing. I'm not all doom and gloom. If it was on iPad, that's fair game, right? But I think, trying to play games. I have played games on my phone, like PC games. I did a screen sharing, which existed and worked, but it does get kind of small. I think like the perfect amount in terms of screen to thing at least would be like switchy Steam Deck, but I should put some music on. Anyway, I didn't even search up Unity. I'm doing a change. You see, it's this one. Basically. Even our projects and the environment. So where is that? That wasn't what I was looking for. Did they take it down? It's only bringing me to the forums. Okay, I got a couple of things to say, but I also... Okay. Let me see if I can find it. That'd be on the software news, wouldn't it? Would it be game news? I think it's not game news. It's looking on another class servers. Here we go. Because my class obviously game dev, so a lot of us are kind of just like, are we still going to be learning Unity considering this exists and nobody's really wanting to use it? Okay, bear in mind, okay, I'll put it plain and simple. First things first, I don't see anybody choosing to use Unity for realistically any future games. Here's the thing. So let's go through this. Effectively, Unity is changing it, so you have different editions, right? You have Unity Personal, Unity Plus, Pro, Enterprise. Now, as you can probably guess, when you have multiple different, tiers of ownership, I guess you could say, there is bound to be things, right? And these will generally be, gradually increasing, generally exponentially as well. So, as you can probably already tell, there are tiers. It's not a single version of Unity. There are multiple tiers, so you already have to pay Unity money. Now, if we hop onto Unity and see Unity pricing, plans and pricing. Let's see what we're looking at. So, we've got student, which is free. Same with personal. Then next you go, which I think they're cutting Unity Plus pricing. So Unity Plus was about $400 a year. But I think they're cutting Unity Plus. So 400 a year is not terrible, but I just want to make it known that when people say, oh, but it was free beforehand, or oh, well, doesn't the other engines do this? From what I know, Godot doesn't. So you've got 3 main engines. Here are the 3 main open source. I'm pretty sure these are all open source. Not sure about. I think these are all open source, but to an extent, they're at least free, and they have you've got a lot of control over using them. You have Godot, which is not new, but it's like upcoming. It's like getting into the end, getting slowly being brought into the industry, gaining popularity. It was primarily like a 2D engine, but I don't know if any of you guys know, but Unity can also be used for 2D, technically, as can Unreal, but not so good. So while Unity, if you guys ever saw Unity being able to be used with 2D more reliably, because it had 2D features for a long time, but they were terrible. So about maybe 2 or so years ago, they started improving them. At the same time, Godot was moving away from just singular 2D to being 2D and 3D, albeit the way I look at it is, if you want to do 3D, you got Unreal. If you want to do 2D, use Godot. If you want something that can do in between, use Unity. And 20 cents, I know, I'm going over it right now. A little bit of a rant. So yeah, you've got those 3 engines, Godot, Unreal, and Unity, but you run into the thing of Unity's unfucked up. So it's not the case of, so bear in mind, right, you already had to pay. So if you wanted Unity Pro, so Plus we established is $400 a year. That's all good, mate. You have a good one though, Noodle. I'm honestly just going to be talking about this for a bit, then probably playing some games or something. Probably tuning about some other stuff. While you're here, check out something that I was making. I'm going to go over this a bit later on stream, but that's pretty fancy. I'll flip it over to you if you want to see a bit better. I'll go over it a little bit. Check this out. Something I was working on, which I'll go over on stream later though, after I talked about this. Anyway, so you'll see it, because the thing is that this is so massive. I'll be back, Probs, just finishing up my demons. Hey, you unleash those demons, man. I believe in you. You got this. No, so yeah, I just want to let people know is, you see a lot of people going, oh dude, can't believe Unity would do this, oh, Unity, doesn't this game use Unity? Stuff like that. I've even seen, which is fair enough, right? And yeah, that is right. But then you see some people going, oh, Unity, they make games. I've seen a couple of people say that and stuff like that. Unity does not make games. They're a game engine. So because of how big this is and how much of an impact this is on the industry, and a lot of people playing games. Let's be honest here, everybody's played at least a Unity game of some form. Not everyone, but a good amount of people. Even those people that play primarily phone games, you are very, there are high chances that you've probably still also played Unity games. Like, a good chunk of people that play phone games, these games will be made on, the issue is that I hate white, and this is why, and if I can turn this dark, force dark page, there we go. It's just like, flashbang, I'm just like, pure brightness. Okay, but no, this is fine. Some things might be a little bit inverted though. As you can see. So, there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding that's going around because of this. Because a lot of people are coming in here going, thinking they know a little bit about Unity. And I'm not going to come out here and claim that I know a ridiculously large amount about Unity. Like, I have used Unity for 3 years. I'm going to be relearning it again next term, assuming we still learn it. I would assume that we will still have to, as things haven't changed just yet. So bear in mind this is all going forward next year. But I can't say the future years in which we were going to be using Unity that we still will be, because as you can probably guess, unless they revert these changes, I don't see any companies being willing to do this, and I'll explain why. So let's put, as I was saying before, Unity, unlike what a lot of people are going, I don't see why it's so bad. What, you gotta pay money? First off, dude, nobody wants to pay extra fucking money. Second of all, you already have to pay money. So yeah, you have the free version. The free version is revenue funding less than 100k, last 12 months. Okay, well, first thing I just want to state is, why does this exist for Unity Personal when Unity Personal you're not allowed to be running over 100k? That I don't understand. Regardless. So, that's obviously free, and that's what I use and stuff like that. Then you run into $2,000 a year for Unity Pro, which is probably going to be what your Indie's going to be either a mix of Pro or student, not student, personal. Personal if it's like their first game that they're really making. If they've made a couple games and they're not making a great amount of money, they might be still using personal, otherwise going to Pro. Or plus, but I think they're dropping that, if I read correctly. So plus is what AA might be using, and then AA jumping back further onto stuff like enterprise or industry, which is starts getting expensive. So that's $5,000. This is USD as well. So that's 8,000, almost getting closer to 10,000 New Zealand. That's per seat. Now, for those of you who are not doing 3D sort of stuff, or even 2D, I don't know too much about 2D, but a lot of 3D stuff will be going by seat. And yeah, bear in mind, these are all yearly, because pretty much all these sorts of things, you always go by yearly when it comes to 3D shit. 3D shit is expensive. I don't think people understand how expensive 3D software actually gets. You've got Maya, that's fucking $3,000 USD. This, $5,000 USD. Houdini, that's like $4,000 USD. Stuff like this. Here's the thing, each piece of software is primarily over 1,000 USD per year, okay? Bear in mind, per person. So when you see AAA companies pulling out, hundreds of people, 500 people, 1,000 people, it fucking adds up, okay? So you wonder why people, why all these big games, AAA games, cost so much money. Dude, the amount that you have to pay for software per person each year, okay? You got 1,000 individuals, you're probably going to be spending around $20,000 a year per person. Okay, so when you've got 500, 1,000 people, it starts fucking adding up. This is where it gets expensive, okay? This is why, you know, these shit are expensive. So I see a lot of people complaining about pricing and stuff. The pricing of these software also go up, you know? You gotta, you know, find the in-between. On top of that, you also have to pay wages. So wages being like, let's be honest here, about 80, 100,000 on like the middle end. You know, you'll generally be getting a bit more money if you're in AAA as well. Per person as well. Because, you know, the amount of experience you need to get into these jobs anyway is a bit ridiculous. So, you know, you're looking for the top people of the fucking world. I don't think a lot of people understand, you know, AAA requires the top people of the fucking world, you know? It's kind of like, you know, top, you know, soccer football players, right? They get paid bank. Why do they get paid bank? Because they bring in bank, okay? If you know, AAA companies could bring in, like, fucking shite individuals like myself who are just average and, you know, we're pretty capable, but not compared to a lot of other people. Pay us a shit ton less, but the products are going to be a whole lot worse. So, you know, shit's just expensive. So yeah, shit's just expensive. I want people to know that shit is just simply quite expensive. So when people, that's why I say, you know, this is on top of all that. So you're going to run into the thing of how much money you're making, how many people working at your company. Then you've got to think, you know, just because Unity Enterprise costs, you know, is like 1 cent for a new install, you know, over a million, right? Or even here, it's like, you know, 0.125 cents. That's still on top of the fucking 5,000 USD you're spending a year. Hence why this shit is expensive and there's no good way. So I see a lot of people going, oh, you know, I was having a conversation with somebody earlier on and I was calling him a bit of a moron. Not really, but I was trying to make him understand, like, he sort of doesn't understand that the shit's already expensive. Unity is not free for everybody, okay? If you're going to be making this much money, you're going to be spending a shit ton of money already on Unity. So this, on top of that, is where it gets fucking ridiculously expensive and stupid. Okay, the reason why people like Unity was Unreal does royalties, okay? They've been doing royalties for a while. They take 5% of the royalties unless you are, you know, putting your game as an Epic exclusive, okay? And if it's an Epic exclusive, you get 100%. But you take away the 5% that you have to pay to Unreal. And then if you make it, if it's some like upcoming game or so, I don't know what, I didn't really understand it. Maybe it wasn't the exclusives or something. There was something to do with you can cut off the 5% by doing something with Epic, and then you can cut off and make 100% of the money if it's an Epic exclusive or something like that. Regardless, 5% isn't too bad, right? Because if you're taking 5% to $10, that's not bad, okay? But if you're taking 5% of like $100, that's a little bit different. That's like $5 fucking. So a lot of people might be saying, you know, 5% isn't too bad. That's more than what you'd be paying for these. Actually, that's not even the case, right? If it's like 5% of $1, then that's 5 cents, okay? Which is a whole lot less than 20 cents, okay? So that can be a lot lower or a lot more depending on, you know, what you're doing. And if you're working indie, it's going to be a lot less anyway. So, you know, this all does make a bit of a difference. And then on top of that, that's just flat. That's just is what it is. You're not having to spend $10,000 a year per person on top of that. No, it's just that. So that benefits Unity, Unreal, because, you know, the bigger the game it is, the more money they're going to be making. Okay, but this is just bad, okay? you're already having to pay a flat $5,000 each year, and then you have to pay per install. And that's why it's worse than the royalties, because the royalties is per purchase 5%. This is per install. They've backtracked and now stated you cannot reinstall it with it costing extra, but you have to rely on, guess what you have to rely on? You have to rely, oh fuck, where is it? Where's their fucking responses? You have to rely on their proprietary checker. So you'll see a lot of people probably dropping this shit. Oh man, I cannot find what I'm looking for. Even though they respond to like everything. So they have fraud detection practices in their, ads technology, which so blah blah blah, we'll leverage that as a know-how. We recognize concerns and stuff like that. We'll make a process for them to submit their concerns to our fraud compliance. You are trusting in something that they are charging you for in the first place. So you gotta understand, that's dodgy as fuck, okay? It's like the government paying you, okay? So instead of your boss paying you, it's like the government paying you your wages. You don't know what your wage is going to be, but you are trusting the government to pay you whatever your wage is worth. Now, for some countries, that might be fine. For other countries, let's be honest here, will they be paying you exactly what you should be getting paid? Probably not. But you wouldn't know, would you? So, how will you know if those are fucking, fraudulent pirated installs, which you will still be charged for? Because they are the ones who are fucking doing it. Now, I'm not no fucking, I am not one of those guys that are fucking crazy, like, the moon's fucking flat, Earth is fucking, I don't know, a square or something. But let's be honest here. I'm not trusting the people who I have to pay per fucking install with my fucking money to be not making me pay per install. Because, on top of that all, you got all these people, breaking through DRMs. You got all these people breaking through fucking all this shit, you know what I mean? Denuvo and whatnot. I don't trust, the fact that they're going to be able to get through these, fraudulent fucking things. If somebody mass installs, your fucking game, pirated version of your game, you're still potentially going to get charged while you making no money. Now, I was having a conversation, I'll bring it up, I guess, with some individual here. So, Cultural Lamb threatened, I don't think it was serious, but they threatened to delist their game on Steam. Anyway, this guy, now, don't, look at and search him up, okay? Let's be honest here, I was just trying to inform him. 20 cents is not a huge impact when it comes to games being anywhere near $1. On 1 cent, that's true. If it was royalties, as Epic does, unfortunately I say per install, 5 installs per payment, no money made, okay? He misunderstands it. Well, I don't think it's mathing. 20 cents per install, 5 installs, 20 cents, $1, but you make $5. Install does not equal payment, okay? If they were doing money per purchase, it would be royalties, which is what Unreal does. But this is per install, not restricted to payment, okay? Do pirates give money when installing on different hardware? No. Does uninstalling then reinstalling give more money? No. So even if it's worth $100, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to affect the company at all. Okay, I think people reinstall things about 1.8 or so percent of the time. Like, think is how often things are installed. So that's not to say people can't fucking keep installing. This could lead on to people adding their Denuvo more onto their games so they don't get paid. This music sets the mood exactly, indeed. You know how it be. More companies that are going to be adding Denuvo because they don't want their games to be fucking pirated, because even though there's literally 3 Denuvo hackers, okay, there's 3 people who can break Denuvo, okay, one of them is now working for Denuvo, don't know what the other one is, and this other one is, like, Fit Girl or something, so, 3 people's not much, but Denuvo's terrible. I don't know if I've talked about it before. Denuvo's fucking terrible. It saps your performance. It's bad. It requires you to be, connected to the internet. That's why all these games are coming out. It requires connection to internet, because Denuvo needs to check every so often that you own the license to this. Now, I'm not against, checking of that, but come on, man, just use like Steam DRM or whatever. Steam has its own Windows store, has its own shit like that. Now, I understand, people not wanting their games to be pirated, but I kind of look at it like one way. If somebody's going to pirate the game, they're probably going to pirate your game. They're probably not out there to fucking, purchase it. So maybe they don't have any money. That's why I kind of look at it like, what CD Projekt Red GOG does. GOG is non-DRM, which means, anybody can purchase it. I could have the game. I purchased, a couple games on there. I can give you the files to the game, which I'm not going to do. Okay? That's bad. But I could, and there's not going to be anything stopping the company. But it's so much better because you're not constantly having to, search to see if you have the license, shit like that. Toby is not bad, but I am not a bad boy. So yeah, the way you should look at it is kind of like, flame Cyberpunk, flame The Witcher, flame all that sort of shit. DRM fucking free, okay? Same with another example is Baldur's Gate 3, another good reason to why Larian Games did a pretty good job with their launch. It's DRM free. I could give somebody the fucking game. Not going to do that, but you sort of get the picture there. It will just run a bit better and just be a bit nicer, and you don't run into those issues. Now, why would you not stick on a DRM if you don't want people pirating it? The way that you should look at it, and every dev really should look at it outside of like the high executives that are fucking, in over their head. We want you to play our fucking games, okay? If my game's selling for $20 and you don't have $20, but you really want to play my game, I would rather you get access to my game for free and potentially pay me back later because you thoroughly enjoyed the game and you want actual access to it, so you have, cloud saves and shit like that, over you going, well, I guess I don't have the money for my game and I'm not going to be able to play it. That's why Cyberpunk and The Witcher and so forth are free. That's why a lot of like DRM free games are DRM free, so forth. So games are made to be played, Some people are in unfortunate situations. Obviously, there's going to be the people that are just like, I want to spend money, blah, 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 blah. But that's a very small minority. So yeah, basically, if somebody mass pirates the game, breaks through, or knows how to break through the, the trust me bro of Unity's anti-fraud detection, you could literally bankrupt fucking companies because they're making, no money from those installs, but you're mass installing it. Yeah, they do it like, we're not going to charge you if, if you install it on the same hardware, but that's using proprietary shit, so you have to also once again rely on Unity, the people charging you to do this in the first place. So to cut it all short and simple, and to summarize it all, expensive, you already have to pay or Unity in the first place, unless you're on Personal, which Personal only works to 100k downloads, 100k dollars made in revenue, so you can't even use it anyway for this. Even though it exists, I think the only time that you can use Unity Personal is making the game. It's incredibly greedy. The only time you can use Unity Personal is if you've never made a game that's 100k in revenue. Or you're making a game that used to be, 100k in revenue, you're under 100k in revenue, and you're making a new game. But as soon as you hit that, you're going to be having to move up to the Blizzard Stripping Plus now, which is $400 a year. You're going to be going to Pro, which is, well, is it like $1,000, $2,000? And then you might have to go to Enterprise, if not, which is fucking 5,000 USD a year. So although you're only going to pay one measly cent, you're still paying $5,000 per person who's working on it. Which, bear in mind, if you're making a AAA game that requires Enterprise, you're going to have 100 plus employees or so. So, it's fucking ridiculous. They're taking your money. They're going to be making more money than Unreal is getting with their 5% royalties, and it's a waste of everybody's fucking time because of their greed. Now, for those of you who do not know, this is not Unity's first time doing something like this. Unity merged with another company called Ironworks or something. Up your voice, really. Maybe that's better. Unity merger Iron Source. That's the one. Unity merged Iron Source. You know what Iron Source did? They distributed malware. This was like last year this happened, and everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're merging with Iron Source, which distributed malware. Who the fuck would make the choice to merge with somebody that distributes malware? Now, from what we know as of right now, Unity is not malware. Yeah, this was last year. I don't know if I brought this up with you, Amy, but I feel like I did mention it, at least on stream or something. Maybe I didn't. But I just think that's fucking ridiculous. But that was so last year. Literally. This is fucking a whole new year. A whole new fucking thing. What is wrong with this year? Twitter turned into X? Oh! Reddit? What the fuck were you doing half the time? People are still unhappy with Reddit fucking, fucking all these third-party, software. Now you gotta pay millions of dollars. It fucking sucks to be you. Good luck, third party. And, now you've got fucking, among the other things, you've got Unity, which is just greedy as shit and trying to take as much money as they can. Fuck using Unity. I thought the last straw was going to be the fucking merger. No. This is 100% the last straw, because who's gonna fucking trust Unity? All these 3D software and pretty much all software that you'll have will be, when in the EULA, the fucking terms and conditions, you sign, we accept whatever the fuck they change. We are already accepting this change, okay? Ow. So, yeah, people are like, oh, how can they do this? How can they, let's just sue them. No, everybody has to sign this. This is sneaky. They do that. Nobody thought they were going to be this fucking stupid. What the fuck? So, yeah, everybody's effectively going to be fucked. Even, old fucking games are going to be fucked over by this, because if people are still installing it, they're going to still be getting fucked over. So, it's really bad. I don't trust Unity. I don't think anybody's going to trust Unity. I don't know if I'm going to be learning Unity anymore. We'll probably just be going to fucking Godot and Unreal, which I've been using Unreal for a bit now anyway, so. But, fuck Unity. If they did it once, they're gonna fucking do it again. Let's be honest. Why the fuck wouldn't they? Okay. If they're gonna fuck around and people are gonna ignore them, people are gonna be fucking morons. But if they're gonna fuck around, they better fucking find out, okay? Nobody fucking wants to use that fucking shit if they're gonna be pulling this shit out of their asses. And like I mentioned before, all software have this, but at least apparently Unreal has this thing where it's like, you don't have to accept the next terms and conditions if they change their terms and conditions. Some form of legal. So, this effectively means that if Unreal does the same fucking shit, you don't have to accept those new terms and conditions. You'll just be stuck on the last version that you're using. So that's a whole lot better. This, you're forced into it. That other one, you at least can choose to accept it or not. So just don't accept it if it fucks you over like this. And I think Godot is just full on free, or at least Godot has nothing really. Godot's good, but it's just no. Godot's just on the worst levels. Godot's, as much as people say, Godot is not as good as Unity. It's worse, but it's probably going to be one of those things of you're just going to have to use it. There's a couple other ones that I've been looking into, keeping my eye on, just, you know, for this moment. And, you know, since pull my mic closer, dude, my mic is literally a finger length away. But regardless, is it really that quiet? Because I'm in the fucking yellow zone. Because I'm like yelling. Anyway, it's just so bad, so scammy, so scummy, so fucking shite. There's my music loud. There's probably my music pretty loud. I usually have it like there. But yeah, which is weird because my music was only really peaking to around there. Alright, sweet. So, yeah. The way that I look at it is that's fucking shite. I don't want to use Unity. I hope we don't use Unity for the rest. And I don't see why how anybody can trust us. Even if they revert this change, who the fuck's gonna trust them, okay? They do it once. They're gonna probably fucking do it again. I'll bring up one last thing on this matter. And you might have seen this popped up a couple times now. Teachers aware of the change. They're bound to. A lot of our teachers use Unity. Because I think the majority of my teachers, not the majority, but a good chunk of my teachers are making games already. I've got, that I'm aware of, I think there's like 3 games that my teachers are making currently. Different ones that I'm aware of, probably more. But there's at least 3. So if we're gonna hop on LinkedIn, right? And I know for a fact that some of them are using Unity. So some of them Game Maker, some of them probably are Unreal, I think. So it will affect them as well. And a couple of their potential jobs, because some of them also have jobs in the industry as well while teaching, because they're like part and part. Let's look at John. He is the CEO at Unity Technologies. Oh, yeah. Wait for it. Wait for it. CEO of EA. Of course, it all makes sense now, okay? Of course, the ex-CEO of EA, who now is the CEO of Unity, a bit weird, but regardless, CEO of Unity is making such a fucking money. No, yeah, I can see why he fucking took it down if he did. Like, I don't know if he's got any posts, and I don't know if anybody's commenting on this post, but yeah, I'm not surprised. Now, okay, from what I've seen, don't quote me on this, okay? Don't quote me on this. So this is from what I've seen. I was not there, so I cannot prove this. So, allegedly, in a meeting at EA, you know what this guy did? This, you know, the old CEO did? This was at EA. He's just like, EA, of course. You know, in all EA faction, he proposed the idea. Every single time you go reload your magazine, you know what you gotta do? Pay $1. He proposed the idea for you to pay $1 to reload your fucking magazine. Oh, that's so bad. He's gonna play that, dude. It's such a waste of money. Even if it was free, I wouldn't do that. if I was playing, I would just be fucking going around with a knife. I would sell my guns, dude. Fuck that. I don't understand who would... obviously, they didn't do that, because... let's be honest, EA would be... like, real shit. So... glad they didn't do that, but I guess he's still, you know, got the fucking money on his mind. Literally Mr. Krabs wants all the fucking money. It's so bad, dude. Okay, let's move along. Rant over. Been an hour. I'm going to show you guys something. I've been working on something, and I'm going to quickly search something up prior. If I don't have it open already. Which just seems like I don't. This wasn't completely my idea, okay? I kind of loosely followed a tutorial here. Womp womp. I followed a bit of a tutorial here. Now, it's not a carbon follow, of course. You know, we're getting pretty different results here. But it's sort of like the idea and the premise on how to get it done. So I've been wanting to know how to make those sorts of like Apple Windows fucking, you know, backgrounds for a while. Ignore the vast shit. I obviously always keep my Windows, what's it called? My fucking thing. Open wallpaper engine. So obviously I don't seal this all the fucking time. Yeah, the desktop. So, well, there's desktop wallpaper shits. I was just like, oh, I kind of like them, but I've got no fucking clue on how to make them. So I'll go watch a couple videos, see it. Then I'll watch a couple, sort of get the idea. It's kind of popped into my head more so. Like, I wasn't going to, I've been working on something, but I was on Reddit or something early today, scrolling through, and because I follow a lot of like Blender 3D shit, I saw somebody asking how to make, you know, these sorts of videos, not videos, wallpapers and shit. The design, the abstracty kind of shit. So, yeah, there was that, and then fucking turned out a lot of them are actually very simple and can be done in like 10-15 minutes. It's just a bit, yeah, so you can do stuff like one of them was just use a fucking ant landscape, make the most basic looking fucking landscape, then duplicate it a couple times, turn on the mist pass, render it out, then change the color for the mist pass like depth, and that would like change the color of the background, you know, as it goes along through the mist path. Hard to explain. If you know, if you've sort of done this sort of like 3D shit, you'll probably understand what I'm saying there. So anyway, I stumbled across this video come up in my thing, and I'm just like, okay, I'll go watch it. I'll give it a watch. It seemed actually really simple. Show some examples of the Apple wallpapers. You know, as much as, you know, Apple ain't my cup of tea, they make some really good wallpapers. Same, Windows has a lot of good ones. These sorts of ones. Just abstract shapes and shit. And like stuff like this isn't necessarily too hard. Like, I can sort of understand it, but it's sort of like the idea, the premise of how to get started. Like, a lot of this is just using the, you get the picture, the, array modifier, which duplicates objects and adds a lot, you know, like, a lot of that stuff isn't necessarily too hard to make. It's just, how do you get started? shit like that. But they look clean, they look abstract, they look really high quality, and they just look nice. I will say it, they look fucking good. Obviously, they're not the only ones to do it like this, but yeah. Remember the Planet Bubble wallpapers they did? Or something like this. That's pretty cool. I don't think that would be... Here's the thing. It's not like it's easy to make something like this. This is extremely hard to do. And you have to know what you're doing. But on the other side of it, it's like, there's more to it than that. It's kind of like... Here's the thing. Okay, you look at it plainly, nice colors and stuff like that. But you also got to bear in mind, there's so much more than just like it itself. The colors are chosen perfectly. Okay, I do understand my webcam's in the way. These are like chosen perfectly. You know, you've got warm, you've got cool. You know, orange and purple go really good together. Stuff like that. These colors are chosen. Like, this is obviously, you know, cool with a bit of like a warmer tone to it. And the contrails or whatever they're called. Cavity, like inverted cavity. I don't know. Ambient I don't fucking know. But you sort of get the picture there. Not the ambient occlusion, but you sort of I know what it's called. Like it's like I don't know. It's a farmer wall. So everything's like really well done. They know exactly what they're doing. Like anybody could make, not anybody, but you sort of get the picture. Anybody could make something similar, but it's about getting colors that work really well together. That puts it from being there to being like just that step above. Now, I'm obviously, you know, I've done color studies and shit, but I'm not great at it, so don't expect mine to be anywhere near that good, but I did follow something similar, and I got a relatively decent result. I quite like it. So here's the result. Sort of experimenting exactly. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously I'm fucking joking. I mean, no, technically this is the result, but this is just the bump map of it. This isn't displaced. I don't know why this isn't displaced here. Gumball. It's because this doesn't use cycles. I think this just, in all senses, uses Unity. Unity? What the fuck am I saying, dude? I'm still pissed off with Unity. This uses Eevee, I'm guessing, to determine its, you know, visual look. Because I'm obviously running Cycles GPU. Now, I don't know if it's going to kill my PC. But this is what it looks like. It's nice. I've got nice colors. It's pretty simple. So it's relatively simple. I've refined it, the shading a little bit. There's not much to it. It's really simple. I've got a really basic light that I've got a little bit of boosting and shit onto. Like, the light's kind of irrelevant. It can be kind of whatever. I shot it to 10,000, boosted up a bunch. You know, it doesn't really matter. It just depends on how high you want it. So 2,000 is kind of average. Looks sexy, thank you. This is a really big model, which is why that it being set at 2,000 watts is not really great, because I think this is like meters, so I mean we're sitting at about maybe like 2 by 2 meters or whatever. Makes me think, thank you, yeah, that's good. So I mean, yeah, I quite like it. Even if I went something like, I thought there was a thing for phone. Mm. 2160. They even went like mobile shit. You know, grab the camera, rotate it along the y-axis, which is not the right one. The z-axis, even like, you know, pumping something like that even. Still gonna get a nice like phone wallpaper, which I don't think this is like entirely how high quality it will look. Yeah, I've got 2 levels for the viewport, but this is already sitting at 2 million. Do the other side. Whereas the render's like 32 million or something crazy like that. Which I think I had it higher, but something like that. Do we even like this? Showing it. Do you want it symmetrical? I mean, even going something like this. Would give you a really nice result. You'd probably want to, yeah, probably want to cut that bit off. I mean, you're gonna get, I mean, that's gonna kill my PC, but just to show an example. Like, there's that 4K, which is why it's gonna kill. I mean, you're just gonna get really nice renders out of it. So I've kind of refined the colors and shit. I'm obviously using subsurface scattering and whatnot, which gives you the, you know, the tips of it being quite nice and different colored. Gives it a very smooth look to it and feel. And I've got a nice like blue background. Surprised this isn't actually killing my PC because you do more color variations. There's always color variations you can do, yeah. Anyway, I popped into Photoshop a little bit and there wasn't too much work done to it. I mean, this looks fucking nice. I'm gonna say it how it is. I just changed a little bit. I sharpened it a little bit. I added some curves which looks very samey. Boosted the colors a little bit using curves, and then I've fucked around with the selective colors to kind of bring a couple different colors out of it. So I went from like a nice silky purple to bringing a little bit of a bluey tinge to it. Changed it so it's less fucking flashbang white tips to being a bit more cooled and peachy kind of feel to it, which is nice. And then I've darkened the background because, you know, which technically I could change the background and like just sleep to the background and then change the color of the background anyway. But in the process, I've kind of darkened it to being sort of like a bluey purpley grey to like a nice bluey background. Would I put this up on Wallpaper Engine? Yeah, I might do. I was thinking of it. I'm just reluctant to put like stationary pictures onto Wallpaper Engine, but I probably would download it. But I shove it on then. No, I put in a heap of shit onto Wallpaper Engine, so I'll give you. So, got a minute remaining. Let's fucking delete putting a shit ton of pigs. Can I delete these? Because it's literally just taking up storage. How do I delete? Oh, I can just unsubscribe. A fucking Ukraine pig, Minecraft pig, and just sleeping pig. Piggy. Nah, it was minding my own business. I go to the bathroom because he comes over like every weekend to. Looks like it's finished. It was nice. Swirl O2. Can I change these to? Sorry, let me just. HQ phone. I don't know the exact numbers for an actual phone, so it would be a little bit cut, but regardless. Wallpaper editor. Yada yada yada. I haven't done this in a while. Probably shouldn't leak any of my fucking shit, but I don't think I have anything too leaky. I have so many abstract shit. I got abstract 01. Okay, let me go through these. I know it's the abstract swirls, but what do I have? There's a lot of shit that I was making, and I've tried to do a bit of abstract stuff for a while, as you can see. Got my lovely... I still really like these. I need to turn this into a wallpaper, actually. Fuck, man. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Do I have this on Wallpaper Engine? I never really remembered how much I liked it. Fuck me. I got so much shit that I've made that I'm just like... The thing is, this was like completely off the top of my head. It was sort of like... I had base ideas from Ducky 3D and the stuff that he makes. But that was like really, like that was like just seeing what the fuck I could make. Indeed. What do we prefer? Number 1 or 2. We've got this, which is nice, but I don't like it as much. The composition's alright. This composition's just clean. Okay, we'll make 2 wallpapers. Wide one, yeah. It's ultrawide? Why do I have that like fucking weird resolution? Render max quality! Photoshop! Do I like that? Why is it such a weird resolution? Unless I did this 1920 1080 doubled, but that still shouldn't make sense. Did it cut off? Yeah. The only other... That's weird. The only other thing would be going widescreen. Which might cut off some of the top. Oh, that is by far better. Can I... Am I able to edit this? Scoff. Indeed. I kind of want to just bring it a bit down because I got a lot of top stuff, but I don't. The update it. Wait, here we go. Oh, it's cutting it off. Wow. I have to refine it, and I'll probably just remake it or something. It's not. I'm not going to be happy with it because it's either cutting off part of the bottom, which is making me annoyed. Wait, unless if I save it. It's not going to work. Okay, that just makes me unhappy. It's fine. It's fine. It's just I want it to be like perfect. Pop it back on the chair. Oh, don't make me. Literally. The heat cushion went crazy. Oh, it's fine. What's comfortable again? What else do I have? So I got this. That was nice. I like that. Abstract ball. So. Oh, that's my normal background. That's literally my fucking when it's up, my normal background. That was following a tutorial. I don't know if it was like thing for thing, but it was very close to it. I do know that. So I'm not going to take any credit for that. Literally frustration. What's this? Why is this such a big file? What's that? Which I wasn't really happy with. It's fine, but it's like I never got it to being exactly what I wanted it, so I was a little bit disappointed. Why is it a gigabyte?
Hey guys, for the past few weeks I've
What? I recorded a... Hold on.
been doing some modeling and animating
And
Blender.
I have the full-on intro and everything. This was my old intro.
Hey guys, for the
Are you
past
getting
few weeks
Teams
I've been
messages?
doing some modeling and animating in
that?
Blender,
Some
so
idol?
I decided I'd record myself making one. The link to the tutorial is down below, so big thanks to Ducky3D for making such a good tutorial, and I will drop a link to my website
2021?
down below as
That was
well,
2
so you
years
guys
ago.
can check it out if you want to see some of my other animations or 3D models. Hope you enjoy the video, and peace.
It's really weird having two like different songs going at the same time. Peace. Fair enough. Did I ever upload this video? I can't believe I made a video, and if I didn't upload it, that would be embarrassing. You're unhinged now. Me? Unhinged? I know, man. I've had this account since 2022, so this would be on my old account. Did I? I feel like I did upload it. I did upload it. I got 13 views. What a chad. I did kind of like that intro though. I spent time making it as well. But I think I only used it for that one video. That's an old video. This was too short. This was hilarious. By the way, YouTube, this is my secondary, well, my arguably primary YouTube channel, which I had, and then I swapped over to this one, which I don't regret. I'm doing so much better now. It's so good, though.
My top 10 Warframes. Number 10, Wukong. Number 1, Wukong Prime. Thank you for watching my top 10 Warframes video.
I made that because everyone... Hey, here's the thing. This was a good meme. Got a whole 30 views as well. Basically, okay, here's the thing. There was a point in time... Wookie. Wukong got buffed. He got a guy from Warframe, and he was my favorite champion because he was like effectively unkillable. He wasn't. Okay, there are more broken people. A lot of people hate on Wukong. There are a lot of more broken people than Wukong. Okay, like Saren, you know, Octavia, fucking Gara. Is it Gara, the glass lady? Yeah, you get the picture though. A lot of those guys, they one shot like half the people on the map. They're broken. Okay, he's got like 0 damage output. His like stuff is alright, but you sort of know what I mean. So a lot of people hated him because he was effectively unkillable. He was plenty killable. Okay, he just had 3. He had 5 lives instead of the usual 3, and he had some special bonuses and stuff. So he was just a really good champion, but people hated how good he was. But he was my favorite champion because I just found him fun. He was played, you know, heaps of good fun. You know, I didn't really have to worry about getting one shot pretty much. Shit like that. So, Warframe. He was effectively not my favorite champion. My favorite Warframe. So yeah. But anyway, everyone hated
Number
him.
10,
So I made this video
Wukong.
explicitly
Number
to piss
1,
people off.
Wukong Prime. Thank you for watching.
Paladin system. Indeed. What does that mean? Don't bring it back. I still get videos on the Cyanoid from time to time, but this, which is kind of odd. 615 was pretty insane because my channel has only 1,000, so that was like almost half my fucking. That was a third of my fucking views. Did I? This is my old PC. Ryzen 5 2600, 2060 Super, 16. I upgraded to 32, and my PC is like in my mum's car right now. And then I noticed the other day, I was like scrolling through. I've hit 15,000 views, which is pretty insane. In my mum's car. Which is insane. So, thank you everybody. I had a lot of videos. Thing is, I have a lot of videos, but I can tell you now that half those videos are like my streams. I never realized how much I streamed until I started scrolling through this, then going, whoa, I streamed a lot. So, half of that is streams, in all fairness. Because I'm not uploading, you know, 155. Like, I have a decent amount of shorts as well, but nowhere near as much. And videos is about as much as shorts, I think. So, it was about like split three-way. So, anyway, I forgot. Did I save that? What else did I have? So I had that. I completely forgot that I made that. Abstract Forest. Did I make this? Oh, yeah, I like this. This is still by far one of my top 3 things I've made, I think. With Matcap. Oh, does it change to Matcap? Oh, does it? Where's the Matcap? Oh, it is. I would have thought I would have like. That was my Jade Priestess. Oh no. I remember this video. Jade. Okay, hold on. I started at 2:41 p.m. When did I finish? Because this took me. These things take me a lot longer than you'd think. I finished at 7:30. This video took me 5 hours. Like, bear in mind, I wasn't even done after this. After recording, I still was touching up stuff because I turned out I fucked up something. Yeah. So I sometimes, whenever I'm working on like my projects, I'm spending like 5 hours in a row, no breaks. I don't even think I went to the bathroom that whole time. I was just like, just full concentration. Unless I did when I... Why is this a gigabyte? Oh, because it's like a fucking... It's a 5-hour video turned into like 90. So, do I still have the actual thing? The fucking project files, each project file is like a gigabyte. Including the Blend 1 cache or whatever. But at least I don't have the full video. If I had the full video, that would take up so much storage. Because this was a 5-hour fucking video. Abstract Spherosis, which is what I was working on. Abstract Taurus, which I liked, but it has an obvious cut. I know what this is, it's like white and blue. This, I think, one of my other displays for a wallpaper, which I like. This was also from a tutorial. This one and the Abstract Bull thing. Yeah, were from tutorials, and this was like mostly sort of, I don't know. It's like somewhat from a tutorial, but don't say that. But I've kind of obviously played a bit with it myself. Can I just like... Oh, fuck, I love that. Computer. Listen, I was wanting to play games tonight. Okay, while I remember still... Update on Starfield. Hey yo, how's it going, Ty? we are touching up some wallpapers that I was making. And I was meant to be playing... both of you guys shut up, okay? I'm not a silly man. How's it going, big man? I am not. I was meant to play some, like, games, but then I've kind of been sidetracked ranting about fucking Unity for an hour, and then for the last half hour, I've just been doing other shit. How am I doing? You doing fine, thanks for asking. It's all good. I'm alright. Moving... dude, this is something that I haven't shown. I spent the whole day working on this. My shorts, like... Yeah. Okay, hold on a minute. Major damage. Major damage. Major damage. Oh, that's what that is. Sorry. Is it? Error 404. Sorry. That's bouncing on my shit. Wow. As well as my cable, like, being yanked out of my headphones. Okay. I can still hear. We're all good. Less major damage. So, I had to restart. So, okay. Here's the thing. Let me just move my chair and my microphone, because these are going to be in the way, because this is like an A3 book. I'm not a silly fella. I have to do drawing for... I'm not! Literally not! So, I gotta do drawing for classes, and... Listen, as you will see, I am not. I'm not the greatest drawer, even though I got Big Ames' help. I am obviously... Do I want to have this on? Maybe. Just very lightly. I gotta draw like characters and shit. Next semester's gonna be painful. I got some peers that I had to draw for like assessment. Full screen my cam. Yeah, good idea actually. I don't know why I didn't do that. That's good. Thank you. But I'm not a drawer, you know. I'm like 3D kind of guy. So I got good marks on this, but it was such a painful test. I got like merit, but the rest of the other parts of it, I fucking got like fails. Got some more peers with his crosshatch, and I despise crosshatching. Bear in mind, I'm spending like 50 hours on these because it's always like, it's not dark enough, yada yada yada. First thing I failed, which I'm still slightly pissed off about. Got some sand dunes. I failed that one. The line's too thick. Would have been nice to know that when I sent it to you the couple times that I did for feedback. And then we get on to these assessments, okay? One refined drawing that you've done to show off your improvement. You can do painting, which I've done some painting, which I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to... Even though it's like in a literal fucking bag over there, I'm not going to grab out my painting book. I hate painting, okay? Painting is just so much money buying acrylic, you know what I mean? I spent probably like $100 on paint alone for the assessment because I've got shit that I had to buy earlier in the year and then I had to buy extra shit. So it's just expensive. For one fucking term. Sorry, I got a message. Amy being a menace. Anyway, so I decided let's just do drawing because I did better marks in my painting, but I don't like painting, and it doesn't look bad. I just don't like it, and it takes longer, and it's like the whole mixing shit, and then you realize that you've just mixed your whole thing, and then your whole thing's like fucking done, and then you have to like remix the shit, and then you realize that the mixing that you've done is like the tiniest tinge off, and it, like you have to repaint over it again. It's like, oh, and then you realize later on that you've made a mistake again, but that shit's now dried up or whatever, which is fine because we have like expensive shits and it doesn't dry up. But I kind of left it open all night, smart guy here. So, but even if it was like a whole week actually, because I just left the shit out anyway for the whole week to the next class. Smart guy. So I did leave it out for a day, for a night, I mean, which is fine. But anyway, wasn't fun. I don't like painting, so I decided let's just do some drawing again, which is like the better of the worst. Hold on. This is a really good meme. So true. Unity, what happened? I just realized that you guys can't see my screen. Unity, what happened to him? He tried to charge Nintendo money for downloads. Oh, it's so gonna happen. Nobody fucks with Nintendo. They are so scammy. Like, Nintendo is like the worst of the worst. Okay? Nobody fucks with Nintendo. Anyway, back to this. So, I got a decent way through a landscape I was working on for my assessment. You guys can't really see too much of it, because here's the thing. I was like plotting it out. This isn't my fully refined version of it. So I actually painted this, but it's alright. The landscape's looking pretty good. Unity is literally throwing. I spent literally an hour, like not arguing, but like going, why the fuck are they doing this earlier this stream? So I did skip a little bit. This part over here needs to be filled in, but I'm not going to do it anymore because I don't like drawing. And the back mountains and shit needed a little bit of a touch up. Anyway, the teacher's like, no, you can't do that because you painted it. So I'm like, fuck you. Fair enough. Let's redo it. That's the good part. You can watch back the first hour. Hour-long rant. TLDR, people don't understand, okay? I never missed it. Yeah, exactly. TLDR, a lot of people don't understand, we already have to pay money for Unity anyway, okay? Unity personal already costs, it's free, right? But it's up to 100,000, like, you know, you have to, if you've made $100,000, then you have to upgrade your version. Now, bear in mind, this only equates to 200,000, so this basically personal is irrelevant, but anytime that this is coming into, you know, play, it's for people that are above personal, so you're already fucked by it anyway, okay? So, and this will impact pretty much anybody that's, you know, indie, AA, and definitely AAA, okay? Because bear in mind, this is for $200,000 and 200,000 downloads. A lot of people are like, yeah, that's a lot. Also, it's true. That's the top 90% of people will only have this affected to. I will tell you now, even though it's the top 90%, if you're making under $200,000 for your game, good fucking luck, okay? Now, that's not me going, you know, sucks to be you. I've, you know, published lots of games. Not lots, but a couple games. I haven't made 200,000. The thing is, if you are trying to do this for a job, you have to pay people money, right? 200,000, the minimum in New Zealand is 50,000, so this is, you know, New Zealand dollars, right? So if we're going, minimum wages give or take around 50,000. So that means that you can run 4 people on pretty much minimum wage for 1 year. So you might have a coder, you might have a tech artist adding everything into the engine, you know, doing all the engine shit. You have a fucking artist, then you might have, you know, QA, you might have the lead, you might have whatever, right? That's the 4 people already. That's going to last you 1 year. That's why people are saying, oh, but it's the top 90%. Oh, but it's 200k you've got to make already. Yes, but there's a year for 4 people, okay? There's a year of wages for 4 people. If you're making under 200,000, you haven't made enough money, okay? This cannot be like your primary source of income unless you're getting income through like your publisher or something. 200k is not enough. And even if you do have a publisher that is giving you money, they are going to be taking like another 30%. So Steam takes 30%, Okay, as does Epic, as does Apple, as does and like Play Store, as does everything, right? Pretty much everything takes 30% anyway, unless you have your own store. Then on top of that, your publisher, which let's be honest, if you're running indie or AA, you probably got a publisher, so you do sell shit. They take another percentage until you've paid them back, or maybe with interest as well. So you're fucked over. You're not making this much money anyway. So a lot of people misunderstand this shit, but it's actually a lot worse than it is. Meowing. So yeah, and then you got to pay to $5,000 for Unity Enterprise per year per person if you want to get Enterprise. Otherwise, you're paying like $2,000 a year or so. So this is on top of having to pay for Unity anyway. Hence why it's just fucking ridiculous. Because you're paying for the software a flat fee per year, as well as paying per install, which can easily be fucking voided anyway. In the sense of like, fuck that. You reinstall 5 times, they say, but it only counts for the first time. How the fuck can you trust that, dude? You're gonna trust Unity with your money? They're already taking your fucking money anyway. I'm not trusting them with my money. Don't see many people going to do that. Anyway, so that was like the TLDR, pretty long TLDR of that, but it was an hour long. TLDR, fucking scummy practices, dude. Here's number 2, which I had to redo. This is a lake, which I obviously haven't done up because I had to fucking restart again. But that was my second landscape I did. And then she's just like, oh, but it's an edited image. Pretty much everything that everybody's doing is edited image, okay? Trying to find an image that's unedited on the internet these days is like fucking very impossible. Because people want to make the best the best version of something. Now, when you take a picture on a camera, it's not really going to look like what it looks like in real life. Nothing's really going to look as good as it looks in real life. You see people with, red cameras, right? Blackmagic or whatever. I don't know if Blackmagic has turned into red or whatever, right? But some of the top cameras are like cinematography cameras. They look bad from the get-go, but they give you a raw, good image that's very good to work with. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I mean, like, the colors need to be tuned up and shit, and that's where shit starts looking, like, really good. Nothing looks fucking perfect as is. It's when you edit it and make it look more indicative. Sorry, I got the fucking light. I don't usually have it this high. That's why I say pretty much everything on the internet is going to be edited in some way or another, just to get it more indicative. Edits doesn't mean bad editing, okay? It just means that it could be making it to look more indicative of what it looks like in real life. Anyway, she says that she couldn't prove it. Regardless, said I had to fucking change it anyway. So I found an image that I took. And I said, I did not fucking edit this shit. I took it myself. I was there. It was at a ski field. I know exactly where it is. It's the fucking Port Hills, where I live. But, you know what she says? You can't do that. You gotta restart. And I think I've drawn over, I rubbed it out and drew over it, so I don't have that anymore. But, she told me to restart again because apparently I'm not allowed to do landscapes anymore. Don't know why. Everyone else is allowed to do landscapes. I don't understand. I failed the landscape thing, and I wasn't that far off from passing it either. I was like very close to passing it. And if the thing's about improving, going from a fail to a pass, it seems like a good improvement. Instead of going from fucking merit, which is second highest, to going to the highest grade possible. Which, I'm not a fucking 2D artist. I'm not a traditional artist. So, I'm being a bit scammed here, because it's hard reaching the top when you're not a traditional artist, okay? It's like me trying to get really good, I don't know, math results. I'm like the worst, like, mathematician. Even though I'm technically doing a bit of coding and shit, I can't do math for shit. You know what I mean? Addition's about as good as I can get. Stuff my hand, Amy. Actually, it's not coming up in the thing because I only have the input capture on my face cam. Yeah, because otherwise I don't want to have to keep pausing my music every single time I go to Facecam. Then I realize that I have to anyway because I can't concentrate when I've got music in the background. Regardless, I'm just talking to myself right now because I can't hear you. I'm schizophrenic. Anyway, here's an apple that I've been working on. I mean, it looks pretty good. Where is it? There we go. Ugh. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's pretty much done. You're not getting schizophrenic. Well, you can't really see everything, because it's like it's fucking orange light, shite light. If I took this picture in like midday, no shadows and shit, it would be a bit better. Also, yes, I understand that it's fucking holy. Okay. Don't get me started on the holy fucking book that I have. I hate it. Okay. It gets rid of like half. Bear in mind, this is like half as dark. It's like double as dark in real life. Maybe like 0.5 two times, like 1.5 two times as dark in real life. But I have to. Here's the thing. I gotta take a picture and send that to the teacher because it's not in real life class. It's an online class, so it's like I gotta make it look good for the fucking camera instead of for the person who's actually gonna see it in real fucking life, which is just kind of annoying. One of those things. Anyway, let me switch over. So yeah, a bit fucking annoying.
Just mail it to them.
I don't know if you can. I think you actually can. Regardless, I can't be fucked. That costs money. I don't even just spend enough money on stupid course.
Make them pay.
Yeah, I'll fucking show them. I'll fucking show them.
I'll meow at them.
So anyway, that's that. But hold on a minute. Let me.
Meow.
Indeed. I'll go here. I'll just swap monitors just because. I don't know how this will work because it's different. This is 4K. No, it works fine. Okay. So I'm gonna be looking to my pictures. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll stop.
What the fuck is this?
Hmm?
It looks like a fucking bird shit on my picture.
No. You could do content aware.
Content aware. I mean, you shit on the fucking bird.
I didn't! I did not!
It's not even here, did you?
No, I did not.
Are you sure?
I'm serious. Maybe you did it. Oh my gosh, you sabotaged yourself.
I'm not.
Yes, you did. My god. My god, you did. What?
Clone stamp? I got the wrong fucking thing.
Because silly fella, I'm gone.
You're in trouble now.
I just quoted someone, okay?
You're both in trouble. Why don't you go quoting fucking Big Tie?
Who said it was him?
No, not. Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Are you choking? Don't choke me. That's mean. Yeah, you would.
It's really. I would not. That's really weird.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
would.
Camera middle, project to my fucking right, and to my fucking left is OBS. Hold on a minute. Let me.
Roby race.
Oh,
You're now silly guy.
not fucking
Oh, can I? Oh, cheeky. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. You can't fuck with the beast. Yeah, I know you're trying to change like my Discord name or something.
Oh yeah, I can do the other server.
Yeah, what, the not a meat candle?
I'm gonna say you are a meat candle. Actually, I got a better name.
Not fucking funny.
Fine, I'll change everyone else's name.
Why is my name fucking meat?
Liam can be fish.
Oh man, I'm like stressing right now.
And then Tyler can be beef.
What a loser.
And you're gonna be called chicken.
I'm not fucking chicken.
Yeah, chicken, fish, and wait, what? What happened to Tyler's?
Is Tyler's the one who keeps changing my nickname or something?
I can't actually change Tyler's nickname.
Watch me, I'll be able to.
Actually, no, never mind. I did. I can. Yeah, now she's beef.
Tyler. Change at least fucking Ty's name. Go away!
What?
Sorry, it looked disgusting.
What did you do? I don't appreciate the eyebrows. It's kind of concerning. It's kind of.
That was for Ty, by the way.
No. I hope he doesn't feel uncomfortable. Like I do.
Okay, believe me more. Let's change it to be a bit more peachy.
Peachy. Stop it. Add some cream to it.
What are you trying to say here?
Hmm.
Sorry, I got my concentration face on right now.
I know. I can tell.
There's the background. Meow. So scared. I like this. I like this. So one of my other monitors is more color accurate, so a bit more indicative.
Color accurate. The stream doesn't do it justice because we can't see it in like 4K.
But yeah, I got a 4K monitor. Albeit this is like.
It don't do it justice. We can't admire
You
it.
can see the justice now, the quality, up close, top pixel.
Sheesh.
That doesn't really do it justice.
Well-
Also, I do know that all my streams look hella fucking shite. When I watch it back, it looks like fucking very compressed.
Yeah, that's YouTube for you.
That is YouTube. Should be slightly different because I'm not using the same. Shit. What?
Excuse me?
Oh my god. Not a fucking mouse.
You are a chicken. Hmm.
No,
Wait.
I don't accept this. They should save the last stream.
You know how you say that you have those game dev socks?
So, first off, coding socks, actually.
Coding socks, right. Well, I found the perfect ones for you. Great color. Yeah. Very
Shiny.
fun.
I do not look like that. I would.
Nice flowers in the
Oh, you guys can't
background.
even see it. It's on the fucking wrong screen. Actually, not happening. Not happening.
Actually, it could. And it will. Yes.
I would like to see that though.
You would like those socks. Yeah, you probably would.
Me! Let's see. Big L dog and hardcore gamer socks.
Outdog?
Yeah, this is his nickname.
Who?
Tyrer.
I see, I
Outdog.
see.
His
Outdog.
OG. What's going on? Ooh, damn! Looking good, man.
Oh no.
Oh, anyway. So,
Found you, Toby, you working out those socks on.
quite angry right now.
I could see
I
that.
do
You
not
want to
have
laugh.
chicken
You want
legs.
to laugh.
I
You
do not
so
have
want to
chicken
laugh.
legs.
You so want to laugh.
I do not have chicken legs.
You so want to laugh though. Yeah, you want to laugh.
No.
Yes, you do.
Got my angry face on now.
I don't believe it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, believable.
Unbelievable.
Believable.
Damn.
This stream is pretty quiet, probably because I'm facing the wrong way.
Because,
my mic closer, that might be better.
he has no idea of the secret.
Don't make me.
Secret. That the audio levels are very inconsistent.
But I try
And
to
he-
keep them pretty consistent.
And him and I both have no idea.
Well, mine's usually fine. I run into the issue of if I boost myself too much, then whenever I then it goes into the red zone when I'm like actually piss my pants in a game.
Pissing your pants, huh?
So gotta be careful. Sometimes I get a little bit too excited. Who's the... I don't like having my webcam like right down on me because whenever I want to chat, I want to look at OBS, but I'm gonna have to bring OBS up there.
Just
Of
gotta
course,
find the
this is it.
right setup.
Oh, lies.
I don't believe.
I believe.
I don't believe this is real. You know, like Mexico has
Oh, yeah.
evidence of an alien. I was like, I don't believe that's real.
I believe there could potentially be.
I just don't think
aliens,
it's
but
that.
I don't think that of anything is going
But
to
I love the caption. I just finished my first ZBrush sculpt. What do you think?
Oh, I do.
It's pretty funny.
This is literally my face when you say I've got fucking chicken legs.
Look at those chicken legs, dude.
Do not, Aaron. Do not. First of all, I do
Dude.
not even look like that.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna lie. It kind of resembles you a little.
You make me mad.
Why?
Why, she says. After
Yeah,
calling me fucking
why?
chicken legs.
Chicken leg.
I
Did
do
you like
not.
KFC? Pretty good.
I'm not gonna
pretty
eat my
good.
legs.
It's pretty good. Chicken wings. Pretty tasty.
No, no, no.
You don't like chicken?
Don't make me. I like chicken. But I'm not gonna eat my fucking leg.
And chicken thighs, you know?
I got massive thighs.
Right.
Believe it.
Hmm. Ban? What are you banning?
Don't ask.
Don't do it.
We'll do it.
Don't. No.
You're right, it calls me
No.
chicken legs.
No. Don't make me. I'm gonna hit it.
Don't
Okay.
you hit the gritty.
Gonna hit the smiley face. You know what that means.
Well, it's better than the fucking evil face that you post.
I'm gonna get you copyrighted. Yeah.
No! My
Rage
reaction.
or smiley face?
My
Rage or smiley
reaction.
face?
My
Rage or smiley
reaction.
face? Rage or smiley face?
My reaction. I hit my head in the wall.
Yeah.
That ain't before you get a whooping.
Well, if I can believe and get copyright, that's the stupid. Even though he gets warned like 100 times.
Yeah, they should be banned from VC channels.
Oh, what are these? Why are there so many weird looking ones? Oh,
Saucy.
me.
Saucy. Oh, oh, oh. Tell me when you like upload them, because I would like to have a new background, preferably not a phone version.
That's my fan version. I already uploaded the background version.
Wait, what? You can actually have it on your phone?
Yeah.
You can have Unreal on phone.
Unreal.
cost
No,
money.
no, no. What?
No, not Unreal, sorry,
No,
Wallpaper.
it's free. You just link up your accounts and.
Ooh, I say.
Okay.
Oh, do you say? That's a bit saucy though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It just sucks your battery.
Maybe not.
It's probably fine for like your phone, but.
Nah, I think I'd prefer to actually have it downloaded.
Sussy. No, don't say that.
What?
No, Noodle said that. Rejected because you're uploading too often. Did you uploading too often?
What if? Jeez.
That must be too excited or something.
Oh no, the flop off the feet.
I gotta. Oh, wait, is it uploaded?
I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe it already uploaded. No, is it 29?
Is it? Yeah.
Got this.
Was is that your phone?
The one that's up is up. The phone one's not up.
Oh, okay. So where do I find your thing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What did you think? What do you think it was? And you can send it to your mobile device. How do I?
Wind.
Wings.
So it would be a workshop item? Yes.
And try again later. Oh, maybe it's temporary server issues actually. Cause I can't do it. And it's been a minute. Does it
It's
work?
been-
Well, no. There was another one that I was trying to get. Maybe unless it thinks it's a fucking vagina.
Why would I think that?
Have you seen it?
Well, one change note. I've got it.
I was making. I do have one that works with triple monitor. One thing that works with triple monitor because I must have fucking rendered it wrong.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
Thank you. I don't know what it looks like actually.
I'll send you a screenshot once I tidy up my stuff.
Oh, that looks pretty hot.
Yeah, it looks sexy.
Sex machine.
Yeah, I probably would think it's a vagina. A very smooth vagina.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you another award.
Don't think
Cause
you're silly and sussing out to think that. I would not say that. I don't know what you're talking about.
he says a lot of things that he doesn't really quite think about. Floppy soap! No!
Stop pulling out these random words, noodle. This is only you know what it means. Alright, let's pull out this bad boy. I just need to get it right, because for some reason I can't edit it here.
Okay. We can see my review on it.
No! Must have said something naughty.
It just said one word.
Steam down? I mean, I'm still streaming, so it shouldn't be. You literally just wrote penis.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I was just taking a guess. Sexy. How do I like it? No. Thank you, smiley face.
Thanks.
Bethesda. You get nothing from downloads. I have got a couple that have I have a couple that have decent downloads. I got this one. My Milky Way game has 31 visitors, 14 subscribers. There's a game that I made. Look away.
Milk. No.
Oh,
Tommy. Careful.
you change your game to Resident Evil 3. No. 53 subscribers. How do I have 7 unique visitors but 53 subscribers on one favorite?
I have no idea.
Oh, and it doesn't bring me back. Oh, here we go. If I click that, what else do we have? This? 35 subscribers? This is not much. 2? I know. It was saying I was playing Squadron 42, 300 subscribers, 8 favorites. You get nothing out of it, though. So I had a couple with some good ones. I think even some of my older ones have some pretty good stuff. This doesn't have much. I would have thought it would have more, though. I really like this one. Sand Dunes.
Sandy Dune.
Sand Dunes. I think this one was alright. 15. Ah, that's not right. What else do I have? I think Sun and Water does decent. 68, yeah, that's decent. I think my Black Hole is pretty good. Yeah, 217 downloads.
Sexy.
Thank you. There was a point in time when my non-animated abstract ball was getting more than the animated version. Within the station. Oh, fuck. You know what, Meow? Oh yeah, this one was alright. 49. I think this, my first, the animated version with animation got pretty good. 18? I thought it was, where's the stationary one that? One of these did decent. 23, no, it must be the other one that I didn't check. The non-VHS. 45, yeah, which is alright. It's my old fucking shit. I don't even have Resident Evil 3 actually. There's a very old cockpit off the Arrow on Wallpaper Engine. Oh really? That's pretty rad. What's it doing? Right, that's what it's doing. So what did it want me to make it? What was that? I heard something
What?
squealing. I was like, oh! Yeah, what?
I didn't realize that was that loud. Oh my god.
You're murdering somebody. So what does it want? 34, 40, 14, 40. This will be widescreen. How do I... by 14, 40. Goes by the middle. I want it by the bottom.
I thought you said butthole for a second. My bad, G.
Don't make me. Got 5k. 5k texture. Render? No. 4k render, yeah. It would look good. This will look good. I mean, look at the detail.
You're like, this will look good. Trust me.
Believe
Trust me.
Don't
Trust
ignore
me.
the fact of how noisy it is down there, and I didn't really realize.
It's part of it's part of the art. Part of the
Oh,
art.
yeah. But you got good detail, man. It's 6, man.
No,
Almost.
8k. 8k is where it is.
Exactly.
We at 60k.
Damn, dude.
God, what would that
I'm
even look
vertical.
like?
Oh, I'm vertical. Yeah, that sounds like it would. Oh my god, I still have a mark on my hand from lifting. I don't know if you can see. Wait, I got a massive, like, red dots. I think it's too blurry.
Are you gonna cry?
I already did, actually.
Actually, I already did cry.
So much lifting of, like, really uncomfortable. Dude, we're having so much stuff.
He's a big baby who got big boo-boos.
Dude, I was
Got the-
lifting something bloody heavier than myself. You know how uncomfortable
Yeah.
it is lifting something heavier than yourself?
Fruit man! Oh, right.
Because you don't know what a fruit is.
You're a bit fruity.
Not laughing.
Fruity patootie.
Don't you fucking call me Fruity Patootie! Oh my god, don't you see it as well? Load! Gosh. You guys are all just as bad as each other.
What do you mean by that? Let's see, what you mean.
Alright, have a good. Wait, before you leave, what anime are you watching? It's not even that.
The One Piece! Live action!
Hey yo. That's gangster. I finished watching. No, you gotta tell me before you leave. This is part of the deal. One Piece is real fat.
One
Live
Piece!
action is really good. One Piece. Oh, dude, I don't know if I can get through the whole thing. I'm like 220 or something. Oh, it's this Foxy part if you guys have watched Foxy.
You gotta like made it
Okay.
specific.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, you're watching the live action? Yeah, I think they're trying to redo like the whole show.
The whole show?
Yeah. Good luck.
I mean, they would be like somewhat significantly less episodes, but still a lot.
Oh, 1,000-Year Blood War? What the fuck is that?
Bleach.
Bleach.
Ooh.
I watched Bleach. Well, I think I read Bleach, and then I started trying to watch it, and then I got a bit of the way through it. This for you, Big Chief. You better get this. But I couldn't get through it. I don't know why. I think I just got distracted by something else. It's a wild ride. Very sharp turn from other nights. Yeah. But I did hear the new Bleach thing was out. Optimize okay below. Indeed, Amy. Camera. How?
That's a lot.
Well, One Piece is over 1,000, which is.
Still, it's a lot. Imagine all the work behind all that. Oh my god.
That's alright.
Not the work, like the workload there.
They really do, indeed. So much history, indeed. You're not wrong there. That is for you. For you. The other one's not really suited for widescreen. I'm not surprised. A lot of anime does it, eh? So that's loaded. Why did my other one not load? Does it genuinely think it's a vagina?
I think it did.
I think it actually does think it's a vagina. No.
Does it have AI to detect inappropriate images?
Inappropriate images.
Oh.
So watch One Piece, but I didn't have the time for any more since so fucking long. Honestly, same. There's a couple arcs I just get bored with. I'm just like, I mean, it's good, but it's like. Yeah, oh yeah, I think I've seen it. There's the site, I can't remember what it's called, but it shows like speed up versions of like yeah, that's the one. You think the same one as I am. It like cuts a lot of shit out of anime, like irrelevant shit, and it's so good. So it's still a long time, 40%. It's still like 600 episodes or so, but. Otherwise, I'll do partial nudity, but I don't see the reason I need to do partial fucking nudity.
2-piece.
I wonder if they actually find the One Piece. I feel like they have to, but would they? It seriously is. Watch it work. Watch it work. Watch it work.
Watch it hit the gritty.
It doesn't.
Sorry. 2 comments. 1 meowed.
What if I go mature? Will mature work?
Mature.
No, it
Still
seriously doesn't work.
That is strange.
I have to restart my computer or something. Not now, of course, but when I get up. Sorry, gets a 2-piece on Gully. Can you make a dark version of this?
Emo version.
Don't make me go emo mode again. What else do we have? We've got
anime time.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
Forrest. I know somebody's name is Forrest, not in real life, but.
What you gonna play?
Not play. I was going to talk about Starfield. I can probably play something with you for a bit. And then I gotta upload my thing tomorrow. I gotta do a whole document to write up. And then I have a 1 week break where it's gonna be me cooking, moving a bunch of shit.
Lame.
Starfield. Big Ty, you played Starfield? Gotta ask. Yeah, so we've got the adding brightness and contrast, HDR, FOV, NVIDIA DLSS, ultra wide, and a button for eating food. Do not play Starfield. Too brokey.
It's not.
I thought you would have still had Game Pass, cause Xbox, but you have a PC now, of course. But I don't know if you still had Xbox, fucking Game Pass or whatever.
Not really that broken though, from what I've seen.
The game? Oh, it's good. Oh, too brokey. Wait, do you mean brokey as in game brokey or you brokey?
Oh god, that was loud. Toby.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just like meowing it on my nose.
Toby.
Oh, sorry.
Toby, that was so loud.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dude, you can feel the frustration, dude. Or the pent-up anger.
Oh no.
It had to come out one way or another, maybe. I'm sorry.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, the game's not broken. You did mean that, but if you mean like poor, let's recommend getting the Game Pass. The game has like got bugs, but it's like nowhere near as bad. Like I know games with a lot, or I suppose I know games with a lot less bugs, but I'd say it's pretty just standard. Most of them. There are obviously like bad cases, but nothing. Nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Now, PC Gamer Master Race fact, dude. Join the league, dude. Join the ranks. I gotta be honest. I used to be console. Like, I still have a PS3, which is not in my house right now. You know, once you go PC and you start watching videos on the side where you're playing games, I feel like I could not go back. Like, I could go, you know what I mean? If I want to play games for the sake of playing games and I just wanted to, you know, fair enough, right? But I like having, like, you know, that background shit like I was listening to.
But also, don't you feel more in control when you're doing PC?
Depends on what game I'm playing. Like Battlefield and shit, because I used to play Battlefield on console quite a bit. Like Battlefield, because you know my parents were like, "Toby, you can't play that. You're not old enough." But I was like old enough, but they're just like, "Oh, but it's like Battlefield. You're 16. I know it's like 16 to be able to play, but don't play it." It's like, I don't know if it was 16. I think it was like 15 or something. I don't like when I was like 14, 15 was when I got my PS3. But anyway, sort of get the picture. But anyway, so I'd play like bit of COD, bit of I played like a good chunk of the CODs on console. Like I think I got almost every COD that you could get on PS3 on my PS3. I think I got World at War, Black Ops 1, 2, 3, but I don't have Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I have Modern Warfare 3 on my PS3, but then I got Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2 original on my PC to make up for that. And then I don't have Modern Warfare 1. I never played Modern Warfare 1. I don't think. Unless I got Modern Warfare 1 and didn't. No, I definitely got Modern Warfare 3. So but I got the remake of 1, but not the remake, but it was like the whole, well, it was like the whole remake. Anyway, long story short, I did play a bit of that, and it was like fine. It's really weird, but because you have really good, a lot of shooter games have like, especially nowadays, not really back then, have really high, not auto aim, but you know, aim assist. Like I've seen, like obviously I don't have a console like that's modern gen, so I don't know. Like I can't test that entirely, but from what I've seen, like a lot of it, you just hold down the thing and it tracks, which is kind of give or take. You have not much control over how it tracks, but it tracks really well. So it's kind of hit and miss. If you're like really shit at shooting, you're better on fucking console because you're just gonna fucking miss regardless. This way you're gonna shoot them, but if you're versing somebody that's a sweat on PC that will just headshot you, you're probably not gonna beat them. So there's kind of like two ways at it. So no, that was, yeah, but yeah, I didn't really like that aspect of it, but shit like driving and some of those like, you know, arcadey games were really good on.
Driving on console is beautiful. It's so smooth.
It is very nice. I really want to pick up the Forza Motorsport 8, or well, I guess just Forza Motorsport now, but I mean that's not out yet, of course. That's coming out October, I think. But it's like $100, so I'm not gonna purchase it until it releases. Like, I have mixed opinions on it. It's 130. Here's the thing. The game looks good. Like, we've seen them play, right? The pre-play, whatever. People have played it. Is it a massive seam line, or is that meant to be there? I would assume that's meant to be there, because there's no way they have a massive seam line, like, right in the middle of the object.
That would probably be purposeful there.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. The game looks good. Listen, don't get me wrong. I personally, Gran Turismo is not my thing. I have, I think, 1 or 2 Gran Turismos. They're just not my thing. But then again, those were like the old version. There was like Gran Turismo 5. Gran Turismo 6 was terrible. Gran Turismo 7... outside of the fact that it looks and plays really well, is like arguably just as bad, if not worse. So it's like a bad game in the sense of like the way you move around the menus, the way the menus work, the way like the whole game works and making money and shit like that. Works is terrible, but like the driving itself is extremely good. Now there's a lot of things they're doing in Forza Motorsport, like you, instead of like you have it, you know, in Forza Horizon you have you know, in Forza Horizon you have money, right? And you have your level.
You're asking me?
Oh yeah. Of
Yes.
course. Yeah. In Forza Motorsport, it's your car. So your car, you have to level up your car individually, and your car has a specific amount of money, I guess, in it. And every single time you get a new car, you want to use a new car, you have to level up that car so you can unlock the upgrades. So annoying. So I don't know. That's why I'm like reluctant. That's one of the reasons I'm reluctant, because it's kind of like back in. Obviously, you won't have the same issue when you're playing Forza Motorsport, but I ran into the issue of I have like 400, 500 cars. I obviously haven't tried using 400 and 500 cars, and I haven't used the cars long enough to them being equivalent of those 50 levels you'd be required. So,
I'll be right back.
You're good. So the way I look at it is kind of like, surely they got to add something so it's like it levels up when you level up. So your level up is like increases the lowest rank of these cards, like the lowest level when you get them. So like when you rank, I don't know, I think it goes up to like 500. When you rank 500, they're all max rank, right? When you level like 100, they're all rank. I don't know. rank 10. If that makes sense. Because otherwise, why should you level up? And also, why not just stick with one car if it fucking gets expensive? You know what I mean? It's just kind of bad game design. I know the idea of trying to get players to work their way up with cars and feel kind of attached to each car they drive, but it's forced, and players don't like forced shit. I'm getting a bit of a sore throat, so I don't, well, not sore throat, but like a strained throat from talking quite a lot. So, I don't know how I'll be true. But the game looks good, it just doesn't look anywhere near as, it just looks like, I would say it looks similar to like last gen Gran Turismo, and don't get me wrong, I don't like saying that, but especially as I like them being competitors, like I'm always going to prefer Forza shit over Gran Turismo for my own reasons, right? I grew up with playing more Gran Turismo than Forza, because I only could play Forza when I got onto PC, but then now I like Forza all the way, you know what I mean? So I do feel like Forza's a little bit nicer for what it is. I never really liked Gran Turismo. Like, it was good. I liked playing it on, like, my mate's my cousin's PS3. Not PS3, PSP. But I don't know. I never found it too good. Also, because by the time that I had my console, there were better versions of it. There were better versions on the console, but it was arguably worse. But they were just, like, better looking games. There was, like, Forza, some nice looking Forza. This one, Forza was doing a bit better. Like, bear in mind this is when Gran Turismo didn't even have a cockpit view, which is terrible. I think no cockpit is, like, was terrible. So, it's so sad that I can't do the thing. So yeah, I want to get the game. There's just a couple gripes I have with it, but I like them. Like, I played a decent bit of, like, listen, nothing's really going to beat my here's the thing, Xbox on P. Ooh, I like it. I like the Starfield. My library. I should have, yeah, Forza. Cool. I have I got two of these. I got for Windows and launcher. For Windows. Preview. And Java Bedrock. I have a lot of editions. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, Xbox is my friend now. I was a Halo Insider. Here's the thing. I got Halo Insider so you could play the closed beta of Halo. I think I'm allowed to say this. It's been so long anyway since release, so I don't think it matters anyway. I couldn't play it. I launched it and I could never launch it. It would crash or something on launch, or like while I was trying to, I don't know. What I remember is I couldn't load it at all. I messaged support and they said, you know, we can't help you. I'm just like,
That's a bit rude.
can't help. This is why one reason I never got Halo Infinite was because I couldn't, like, I had a good PC, bear in mind, easily could be able to run it. This was my last PC, which could run pretty much anything. It could run Cyberpunk, bear in mind, pretty decently as well. So I just couldn't run it at all. Like, it wasn't working. I didn't know whether it was because I was playing the closed beta or because it just wasn't working at all. But besides the point, why is EA launching? It was kind of besides the point because I didn't want to purchase it, because if it doesn't run here, then I don't know if I can trust, you know, purchasing it in general. But also, I just thought it was extremely bad on their end. I mean, Halo Infinite was fucking terrible, let's be honest. But that definitely did not help when I wanted it, and then, so don't want to show any of that. When, you know, I want to look at potentially purchasing this game, and then turning out they, you know, they give me the response of, wow, sucks to be you effectively, good luck. Xbox What is it? Is it Xbox? Your neighbor, girl Lizzie. Hello everyone. Just found the live randomly, so don't mind me. Hey, how's it going, Chief?
Sup?
I'm just ranting about shit. I've been ranting about. I was ranting about.
Ah!
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Sorry,
whoa,
sorry,
whoa,
sorry.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Sorry.
Jeez,
Wrong
Amy.
one.
You're trying to get me copyrighted.
Just want to do that one.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm sorry. Okay, I gotta get rid of that.
I literally cry for a minute. The
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of it.
there was the Xbox shit. Did they remove the Xbox app? There was two Xbox apps on PC. One that showed you the Game Pass, which is back down to $1. So anybody who wants to play Starfield, Game Pass Ultimate is $1. I don't understand that you can buy this here. I'm trying to look for
Right.
apps though, which is very annoying.
It's been deleted,
Thank you, thank you.
so I'm sorry.
I literally cry myself. Literally cry myself. The
I'm reading.
yeah, the Xbox accessories. Did they delete it?
What'd they delete?
Well, you used to be able to see a lot about your Xbox account, well, your Microsoft account, I guess, in the Xbox app. But there are two Xbox apps. There's the not the Game Bar, the Xbox app, which is for the which shows you Game Pass and the games you own, but it doesn't tell you much about your account.
Maybe that's a web.
No, but you could find it on your web, but you can't view your account
But
from here.
maybe they're like, maybe just do it in the web instead. I don't know.
I don't think they would have done that. View profile. Oh, here we go. I might be able to find it here. How many hours did I? Because I was trying to find out how many hours I got. I got a decent amount of hours. Ooh, Fortnite. Why did Fortnite come in here? Minecraft for iOS, which I played so much of, but this was before I linked my account. Apex, which I played. This was kind of average shite. Didn't like Sea of Thieves at all. I found it quite overrated. You need friends to play Sea of Thieves. If you don't have like 4 friends, 5 friends, or whatever thing is to play it, it's just
It's a
not great.
mid experience.
Carrion, pretty cool. I was so tempted to get it. I never got it, but it's a good game. I need to finish it, of course. Doom Eternal. Don't know why this is here. Because I don't have it on here. Claim points. Weird. Something weird. Youngblood, decent game, never finished it. Windows, I've played a decent bit of that. Don't know why it never gives me fucking updates. Dishonored 2 wasn't my kind of game. I don't like stealth, and because I'm not a stealthy guy. Android, I also purchased Android one. I didn't play really any of it though. Definitive Edition, good game. Rigfest, did enjoy that. Project Wingman, great game. Descenders, wasn't as good. Everyone makes it look so much easier than it really is. It's actually a really hard game. I'll say it outright. It's hard. It's too much for me. No Man's Sky, I found not my kind of game. Which I do have hours, but it's on Steam Edition, not here. Also, this one I got good time in. Halo Master Chief was pretty good. Didn't like number 4. Fortnite. I don't even know why it comes up if there's no fucking things in here. 5 minutes. Oh, I know why I had this. I don't remember the context. All I knew is I needed to do the cloud gaming.
Right.
There was all the context I remember is I needed to do cloud gaming for something, because I think cloud gaming was, I was trying to play a game, it wasn't working, I'm like pissed off, so I'm like, okay, can I play anything? Then I was getting really pissed off, so I'm like, okay, I might have to do it, and I had to launch Fortnite. The cloud, it didn't even launch Fortnite either, so it didn't even work anyway. So something was wrong with my cloud gaming. it said something about like no controller connected, and then it reminded me that my controller's got no battery because it ran out of battery like halfway through I was playing Fortnite the other day, and it just ran out of battery, and I got really pissed off. The what does it say? What do you even do with points? I don't understand. Why is it? Oh fuck, go away. Why is it congratulating me for keeping 7 friends? Yeah, nice work. You still have 7 friends. I don't understand. I thought they got rid of rewards. Huh. I'm a long way away. Ooh, I could get myself some Robux.
Please don't.
I would never.
Please, never.
Oh, legal
Ever.
Robux.
Never touch those 2 games.
Oh, no way. Microsoft Solitaire costs money. What? It's a subscription.
No.
That doesn't make sense. Why is it 12 months?
Dude, just buy a bunch of cards.
Yeah, I don't understand. Microsoft, those of you who know, Microsoft always, like, all Windows came with Solitaire. Up until I think 7 was the last one that I know of. No, it was here. They brought it back. All I know is it wasn't in 10. Did you seriously, Amy?
Hmm?
Did you seriously give me the evil face?
No. Did not.
You know what? I don't know. It's not even worth updating. What was I trying to find? Right.
I don't know.
I keep getting sidetracked. My hours. How many hours does it say here? I played for 17 days. Which is like... I have the actual number here. It's like 400 hours?
Hmm.
Yeah, 406 hours. But I played a decent amount of Forza 4. No, wow, it's very similar game hours. 16 hours, 16 days, 24. Calculator. 16 times 24 equals 384 plus 9 equals, yeah, so almost 400 hours. That's crazy.
Damn.
Damn, dude. So, I got like almost 800 hours of the Forza Horizon of the last 2 games. Which is kind of why I could like kind of bring over, like technically, I'm not like actually terrible. Actually terrible.
Actually.
But I was arguably better in Forza 4. Technically better in Forza 4 than I was in Forza 5. Even though I would say I'm a lot better in Forza 5, as like experience has gone up. I feel like everyone's experience has gone up because there are a couple ones where I was like top 1%. I was like top 1,000 players a couple of times for a couple of events. Forza Horizon 5, I've never managed to hit top 1,000. I think I have like maybe 1 or 2 like top 0.1%. But I always know. But I have some like rare things like 1% of players have that, 1% of players, 1% of players, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. In terms of achievements, but those mean nothing. It's just like if people bother doing them. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? So yeah, they're adding all these, which is good. I really need the eat button for food. They're adding...
I really need to eat.
The DLSS, I'm hella hype. It's gonna be so funny. There's a guy that charges money for DLSS support, which is kind of scummy. I don't know. Here's the thing, okay? I don't have a problem with people charging money for mods, okay? For games. on two separate things. First, two separate rules. First rule: do the game developers like support the making of said mod? Not necessarily like have full support, but like in the sense of if somebody's okay, let's say I make a game, right, and somebody mods the game, and then they charge money for their mod, and then they make more money than me. I'm gonna feel like fucking scammed, okay? Let's be real. But also like, you know, if they're making bank from this, you know, I would sort of want to get like a portion of it, which is sort of why they're adding back the creation shit, because then they can make a bit of money off the people buying mods. For people who wants to sell their mods. So, yeah, like, as long as like the company's fine with you making said mod, and if you know they're fine with you making money off of it, then that's fine, right? Because there's some games obviously they're just like, you know, I don't think you should be making this much money off of something that you would never have if we hadn't released this. It's like if I make a really good helmet and there's somebody, I don't know, duct tapes a fucking light to my helmet and then sells it and they make a shit ton of money off of it, and I'm just like I'm the one who made the helmet, I made fucking half of it. Like, I made the majority of it, all you did is duct tape a fucking light to it. Give me the fucking money, you know what I mean? Like, it depends on, you know, that. The second thing is the effort, right? Adding DLSS isn't too hard to do. Could I do it myself? No. Okay? I'm gonna keep it real. But I know it's not too hard. A lot of engines, it's really just pressing the fucking click of a button. And the thing is, they make it so easy, so most of it you can do yourself. Now, this guy does add DLSS mods for, like, a lot of games. He's got, like, 200 games or something, like Red Dead Redemption and shit. Which would be nice to have DLSS 3.0 support for. But, which he has. He's got the whole frame gen shit, which is nice. But I'm not going to charge him. There's this guy that wants monthly Patreon to use those things, and if you don't, then he will disable it or whatever. So, I don't know, I have a mixed feeling. I don't think it should be monthly payment. Also, that's a bit scammy. If it's something like, I think it's called Enderal. Enderal, it's a Skyrim mod. It's like, effectively, they've pretty much remade the game. It's the same engine, same game, but they've got a was it made by AI? It's not AI. Weird, I don't know why they've got AI. That just seems like something I would not want to have in my name. Oh, they released a new game? Their own game. Interesting. Anyway, so they've released it. It's a very good story. It's like one of the best mods for games in general. It's won a lot of awards. Decent, you know, things. Now, bear in mind, this is a free mod, so they're not paying for this, but if they charge for this, I wouldn't be surprised, you know what I mean? Like, it's something pretty insane. It's won, you know, 2016 Game Awards Best Mod, effectively, and another, you know, Mod Hall of Fame. It got the best mod for the year, 2016. So something like that, I think, yeah, I mean, very good reviews. 93 and 91%, that's like really high. So, very good. If anybody wants like a new story in the finished Skyrim, then I recommend trying it out. I didn't even play it though, as you can see, but I didn't even finish Skyrim either. So yeah, if it's like something like that, where it's like pretty intense and like really well done, then yeah, I think I can see a reason. Like, the amount of time it would have taken to make that mod, and like the multiplayer mod and shit like that, ages. Like, they're so hard to do. So, you know, and they're doing it for free. Insane. Like, the amount of effort put into that, you guys wouldn't understand. So, you know, that sort of stuff, I can understand charging money, because it's like, it effectively, you're either spending like 10 years working on it, which some of these mods are getting 10 years, or it's like your full-time job effectively working on it. Either way, where the fuck are you getting money from it? You know what I mean? If you're spending that long and those many hours on it, I feel like you deserve to be paid. So, that sort of stuff. If somebody does something like that with Starfield, I believe it should be, you know, paid, but if it's something small like DLSS, which is, you know, not easy, but it's not that hard to do. Same with FOV slider, that's actually really simple. Making a slider's not that easy, but changing the FOV, you just open up one of the scripts and then change it. It'll be a variable. It will be very simple. You could do it manually yourself. HDR calibration is nice, I guess, but I don't know if it requires you to be on Windows 11, but even if it doesn't require you to be on Windows 11, Windows 11 is stopping support next year, so you might as well move to Windows 11 from 10, which has auto HDR, which means HDR calibration is good because you can calibrate it and change it. Windows has its own version, which isn't great, but it exists and works, so, you know, it's not like you're completely out of HDR. Brightness and contrast, I mean, that makes sense to me. So, like, you know, some people need that shit. Ultra wide, I think a lot of people got really pissy about ultra wide lack of support, but it's kind of like ultra wide's a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to have ultra wide, because you make a game so the player can only see specific things, and then you have to change it so the player can see a whole lot more that can completely fuck up the game. Also, you have this thing called culling, which effectively, in terms of performance, what it does is it deletes anything the player cannot see. It doesn't render that, so you get a lot better performance. So it's not like it won't work if you change it to ultra wide. You just have to make it work so it doesn't cull that anymore. Which is why if you try to ultra wide a game that doesn't support ultra wide, you either get black bars or it comes up with really nothing. It's not because, you know, that, it's because it is effectively culling all that. So it's not because they purposely adding. A lot of people say it's hard coded black bars. No, it's just not rendering them. So it's just cold. Sometimes there'll be random color, sometimes there might be something there, but it'll be really buggy and shit. It's just culling shit because it doesn't want the, you know, otherwise you're rendering extra shit, which hits performance. So that's why on top of your that's why it's so much of an impact on performance adding ultra wide, because you have to render a whole bunch more. Anyway, eat button for food, I need that, dude. It's so good. When they add that. Anyway, I do believe it does run a bit better for me. I'm hitting a much more consistent 100 FPS in New Atlantis, which I was hitting a mix of like 90, 100. I don't know how much we'll get on stream. I'll see how much I get on stream. It'll be worse. I'd say probably like 90s, high 80s. I think I did hit like low 80s. So there's a little bit of a performance boost, I think. I don't know if they're meaning it, but I feel I could be wrong. Maybe I was getting a smooth 100 anyway. I feel like I was getting a bit better. I'm getting a bit better. I should close you.
What?
Not you. Maybe you're awesome. Closing blender.
Eaten.
I'll be playing it because I'll be ending stream soon. Didn't end up playing anything. I haven't played anything for a minute. I don't think I played anything really yesterday either. I'm just tired. I'm like, because I spend the whole day drawing effectively, and then I'm waking up early to start my drawing. Albeit I'm not getting out of bed. I'm still waking up early. It's the thought that counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played Blender for 5 hours today, but technically more like not 5 hours. I've just left it open on accident. I mean, OBS is just streaming. Starfield, good game. I didn't play that yesterday though. I don't think. Wallpaper engine was today. Godot engine. Godot. Was it Godot? Godot? Oh, either way, that's me just quickly giving a little looky, which I swear is over 2 minutes. Because I did have like a little bit of a look at stuff. So I don't know why it's saying 2 minutes. Creation kit. That's me just testing out how to get that work because it's so different, and I want to be ready for when Starfield comes out. I think I played Call of Duty yesterday though.
I think, yeah, I saw you
Yeah.
play.
And the day before I didn't play anything. I think I tried playing Forza, but then that crashed. I mean, I tried playing BattleBit, but then I was having a shit match, and I tried this. I don't remember what day this was. One day I played a lot. I was trying out Fuse, made something funny, closed it because Ruben had to make a version of himself and Fuse for his friend for something. And then I'm just like, Fuse isn't good. It's just very average. And I was right. But you can like fuck around. If you like fucking around and making like weird looking characters, it's fine. But anything like meant to be anywhere realistic, no. It's heavily stylized. I tried Blade Warband because I got Warband. I got the latest one of these, but it's very dated. Bone Breaker, I played a bit of that. Got to a point where I got in this like fight that I didn't understand how to win. It was like you couldn't lose a single character, but as soon as I add something to the board, it kills those characters because there's way too many and you can only add one card to the board each time. So I was just like, I don't understand how to win. So it was too much for me. And then I tried BattleBit. I was getting fucked around because I was playing community. I was trying out the community thing. Got fucked around. Decided.
People just like shove their barrels up your butthole.
Pretty much, literally. Then I was like, oh, nuts.
You played Cyberpunk for 1 minute.
For 1 minute, that. There's Forza 5. But then, like I mentioned, my controller ran out of battery. I wasn't actually doing too much. I was upgrading cars like usual. People say Forza 5 is boring and Forza Horizons are boring. Not if you're constantly upgrading cars, which is where I find it fun. You go use a car for like an hour and then you're just like, okay, next car.
Or
no, Amy,
you just like just driving the cars.
You drive crazy, it's scary, and then you tell me off for following you places.
No, but like genuinely, I actually enjoy just driving the cars.
Yeah,
it's just fun.
It was good fun.
Cause I'm playing Forza right now. I'm playing Forza right now.
No, you're not.
I am.
You're lying.
Genuinely, I am.
You are playing. Holy shit! Did you get the $1 for the 1 month?
No, because I already got it beforehand. Remember?
Ah.
How do you think I got Forza in the first place?
So what do you do? Wait, did you end up?
So I bought it again.
Oh,
just $12, but it's $12. It's not bad. I cancelled I cancelled reoccurring because I don't like that.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I was tempted to buy the game for you. I was, what was it? Because this was for your birthday, and I was deciding either Cyberpunk DLC or Forza Motorsport, except Forza was more expensive, and you're like binge playing Cyberpunk. So I was just like,
Cyberpunk was a very good gift, and I am so grateful for it.
Yeah, it should be all good. So, but I realized like either way, whichever one I purchase, well, here's the thing. I think the biggest reason I got you Cyberpunk over it was I like Forza and I like playing games, but I move on from games way quickly. Like I'll binge play a game for like 20 to 50 hours and then I'll stop playing it, which is like the case for like everything. Cyberpunk I binged like the last like 60 hours because I realized I hadn't finished a game and I was like 1 or 2 missions away. Same with The Witcher, same with you know, all these games like BattleBit. I binged pretty much 60 hours.
Well,
you can sort of see where I'm going.
Here's the thing: if Forza is just a driving game, there's no story, there's nothing to keep engaging you.
Yeah.
With Cyberpunk, it requires focus and it's a lot of decision making, and it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Like Forza's still fun. It's just mindless fun.
Speaking of, which one did you get? Did you get the gold? Or did you get ultimate?
I think I just got standard because it wasn't.
I get 80 on stream. 20%.
20!
I think 12 is standard, I think 18 is. So look at my ship, I love it.
It's so sexy, it looks like a penis. Oh, that one.
There was a penis ship. I would not make it though. Me? No, I don't want to look at that.
Meow.
Meow. This was pretty good. I got a couple ships. I've been like binge getting ship. I've an issue, dude. This one I've upgraded like a tiny amount, I think, just for some better stuff.
Yeah.
But this is a very good ship. I stole it. I
Yes, of course you did.
Yeah, of course I did.
Holy shit, 140 gigabytes.
My crew can
What
take a
is?
look at your ship.
Starfield
Oh yeah, that's right. I
is
was gonna say something.
huge.
Yeah, it's not that big, but it is big. Like I think it's like 120 something actually.
Still.
Browse local.
I don't got the space for it.
No, it is too much space. Oh yeah, because you'll need it on an SSD, which is very expensive.
Yeah.
Too hard.
And I can't get another one.
No, I continue to get external, but that's kind of just so it's 115 in reality.
Hmm.
But
That's fine, I don't mind watching.
yeah, I would wait anyway until at least they brought the FSR 3. I wouldn't bother with it the year if you didn't have the FSR 3. Because I don't think you could get as enjoyable of an experience. Because FSR 3 would get you easily above 60 FPS, because it should double your FPS regardless. The way that the way that frame generation works. So I don't know if you'd be able to hit anything higher than 30 FPS, but I know that with frame generation you would easily be able to hit at least 60, which would be playable. Also, if they add FSR 3 to Cyberpunk, it will run better for you. It's not like it runs terrible or bad.
Oh, it runs alright.
But it runs alright. But it can run better if FSR 3 comes. So I could see that happening, I think. With 2.0 coming. They message me. Codex.
Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
Oh, I'm talking to Cody, so... Hey, Cody,
Oh.
sorry, I just... Speaking of the devil, I was chatting to him about Starfield, because he just got the DLSS. I'm guessing you got the one of the free frame generation mods, because there was a free one and there's obviously the paid one. I would never endorse getting the paid one for the way he's handling it, but I can't wait for them to add the actual version of it. But anyway, surely you're saying that you should upgrade, not me. I would cry if I got upgrade. I mean, obviously runs fine for me, but oh my god, I'm in. Oh, I'm like, I need to eat something. How you doing, Cody?
Oh, num num.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you had a fine CPU. Yours was some like Intel 10th gen or something, wasn't it? I know you have the 2080 Ti, 16 gigabytes of RAM, I think. I attempted to have an RTX since I have an Alpha. Don't get. Here's my thing. Okay, so you're gonna spend another $800 going from 4080 to 4090. I wouldn't get a 4090. I may be running a 4080, but even then, let's put it this way. Have I capped out my 4080? Yes. One thing. Simulations, because I do, VFX and stuff still, coding. Outside of that, games, have I ever capped out my GPU? In a technical sense, yes. 2080 Super to anything less isn't a big upgrade. Yeah. No, yeah. A 4080 would make a big difference. Well, 2080 Super still has only 8 gigabytes of VRAM, right? I would say get in between a 4070, but I probably wouldn't get a 4070. Here's what I usually say. Here's like especially for us in New Zealand, because our prices are like hella wacko. Like for example, the 7900 XTX costs more than a 4080, but the performance is pretty comparable. The 7900 XTX is slightly better performance, but with DLSS existing and ray tracing existing, if you even consider the thought of using them, especially with DLSS over FSR, there's no reason to really, like, it's not that there's no reason. If you're just gaming, obviously only get the AMD. If you're looking out of those two, comparing those two, but if you want to do any sort of like personal, like Blender, Adobe, that sort of shit, of course, then only go NVIDIA. You should never go AMD, otherwise you're scamming yourself. Because I think I did some research on it. The 7900 XTX gives the same performance in Blender, albeit when I checked it out, so on release, to 36 Ti. I think it was like slightly under. It was very bad performance. This was tested in Blender though. So, but yeah, I always say get the 4070 Ti. I think for our prices, the price of the 4070 to the 4070 Ti is the same as the 4070 to the Ti to the 4080. Yet the performance upgrade is about the same. So I say if the 4080 is quite expensive, but I'd still say it's a little bit overpriced. If you're only playing games, it's a little bit overpriced. Because you're still getting 16 gigabytes of RAM. I think the bus is a little bit slower, but that's not too much of a difference. And it's just a bit slower clock speed. But you're still getting 16 gigabytes of RAM, VRAM. The 4070, I don't remember if it's 16. Maybe it's 12. Well, I don't think it's 8, but it could be 8. But the 40, it wasn't too bad of a price. But the Ti to the 2080 Super, I mean, I keep getting mixed up because I feel like there was a 2080 Ti. I swear there was. Wait, is there? Okay, I'm sorry, that's my own thing. 2080 Ti. Yeah, there was a Ti. I just always get mixed up between the two. 11 gigabytes? That's so weird. 2080 Super versus 4070 Ti. But that's why I say the Ti is pretty good. A lot of people overlook it. I think it's so weird. Like, you're getting good FPS differences. It's not double, but you're getting very close to double. Okay, and can I just also state this? Before anybody looks in and goes, haha, you're not even getting, 144 FPS. I cannot like, I think you need to be on Vulkan to run this, but then you can't use DLSS. So you run into, like, really weird shit. I don't know. arguably you should run Vulkan instead of DirectX 12 because you actually get better performance on Vulkan, but then you can't use DLAA, which tanks your FPS, but then you're never gonna hit 100 FPS, but it will look better than, I think, Vulkan. I don't know, you still get what I mean? You tanks your FPS, but it looks a lot better, I guess. Also, I can just work in R2 and buy the best. Yeah. That's fair enough. If you're making bank, then I can understand it. It's just so much money as well. Hardware unbox settings got me 165 in most places. And yeah, I should probably use the Vulkan hardware unboxed fucking shit. I don't know, I have everything on like max with DLA, which just tanks my FPS. So welcome back, Noodle. Probably not share my fucking emails.
Get out of there.
Hey, get back. That's my thoughts. I generally recommend most people getting it. Let's put it this way. I recommend most to get AMD, obviously, but yeah, that's pretty dark a chat actually. I'd probably check it out now. But to me, I don't know. I feel like the best value is the 4070 Ti. Because then it's just the price difference between the 4080 to the 4090 is expensive. Although there's a boost in performance, I don't know. I think by the time that you run into the issue, obviously if you just got the money, then you might as well drop it if you don't care too much about it. But it's like this is the way I look at it. Although it's a big difference, it's a massive difference in price, and I know you could just, like, for example, I dropped, like, I think it was 6.5 on my PC. It's like, could you have spent that money elsewhere, on your PC elsewhere, or could you have spent it elsewhere on something else? So I'm like, I could spend, because I got my PC as soon as everything came out, so I got the 7950X, I got the 4080, I got the 7950X because I'm doing, rendering, and a lot of render things is on CPU, so, I decided to get the top line CPU. Chat disconnected. Hello?
What?
There we go. Making bank at the cost of doing nothing but work. Yeah, it made me cry. So, I'll be using it every day, so it's probably worth. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, Neon, how's it going? Currently not talking about Unity, so if you popped in for the Unity chat, that was a little bit behind, but I hope you're doing good. Have nothing to spend your money on too, just saving everything. Yeah, that's fair. Up to you, yeah. I mean, if you want to, like, here's the thing. If you're going for a 4090, drop everything on your PC and just get everything. Get the 7950X or get the Intel 3900K. Hello, I'm your fan. Yo. How's it going? But you kind of run into the issue of DDR5 being a little bit weird, both Intel and AMD, if you're trying to run 4DIMM. So, oh man, I found something funny.
What? What did you find?
Really? Yeah, I'll continue along. Guitar. Yeah, good. Revenue picture. Yeah, DDR5. Yeah, so AMD BIOS was for. I don't know if they fixed up the BIOS update. I need to check that because I kind of shit myself with the whole BIOS. There's something about like 7th gen shit frying themselves. I didn't really want to fry my CPU. It was either frying your CPU or your motherboard, but it was just because of like, don't show that, the every single time. Let me just like move this over and move this over, so I'm not like
Wait,
scamming
you
my
got
shit.
33,000 emails?
Shut up.
God damn.
God damn. It's actually 33,929, so almost 34,000 actually. But no, if you're spending all the money on the top of line 4090, get the 7950X. I don't know if you can use all 4 DIMMs. I'm still on 2 DIMMs running 32 gigabytes. I want to go to 64 for some things that I do cap out my RAM. You wouldn't cap out your RAM unless you're heavily modding games, but for obviously like 3D shit that I do, you get very close. Because you run into the things with like simming, right? Not stimming, my simming. I knew everything was
Yeah, I was thinking it.
Sims, it also lets. Really? Jeez. 8,000, that's crazy. But the way I look at it is like the performance increase from like 6,000 to 8,000 will be like a 2 FPS or something. It's so minute. Well, especially because a lot of what you're getting there is like how much information it can push, but it's like the speed, but then you're bottlenecked by the CPU and your GPU speeds, like intakes and shit. So you don't get too much. It's a little bit better, but you won't get too much. Yeah, exactly. But Infinity clock though. Indeed. You kind of run into the thing of when you're doing sims and stuff. Once you've kept out your VRAM, where does the extra shit run? What it will do is it will run it on your RAM, which fucks up. It doesn't fuck up your RAM, but it runs so much worse, and it like caps out your RAM. And I don't know how I don't know if you remember Houdini, Cody, but I ran over 1.2 billion voxels.
Ugh. Was it the Nebula?
No, that was my nuke that I made. No, my Nebula wasn't even much. See, Houdini was sucky when it comes to that. But that wasn't voxels, because I never turned it in to voxels. Loved Houdini. Houdini was good. But no, that was an Embergen. Here's the thing. Houdini, I had something like 3 million points, and the computer would just shit itself. But like, which is why I so much prefer. Now, bear in mind that's like also Cody. I made this today. I thought it was pretty cool. Subtle flex. But here's the thing. It's not that good. So technically I could run it like 30 million, but I just couldn't render it all because the software would crash. But it also didn't really run either. But if I hop on like the old reliable fucking Embergen, which I haven't loaded in ages, so it's like taking forever to fucking launch. Love back in the good old days when Embergen would just fucking launch instantly because I would have it cached because I would use it like every fucking day. Doing online courses. Yep, I'm at MDS with Ruben. Well, not physically at. Let me test something.
Online.
Online though. Are they any good or should I not bother? I just want to see if this is running better now. Yeah, there we go. That's how fast it's meant to be. Let me get back to you on that. I just want to see something quickly. But short answer, yes. Very yes.
Better than Yobi.
Way better than Yobi. Amy's still in U-Bucks, and I made a mistake. And I think she can tell you now that it's actually
It's
terrible.
shit.
It's gotten worse. If I stop injecting that, and I just inject a shit ton of particles, right? I'm gonna get, like, bear in mind I'm capping 60. For some reason you can't see it because I'm like, for some reason for this I always gotta re-add a new one. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the way that, so I have a bunch of extra modifiers and shit that fuck it up. So if I do this, add a shit ton of particles. I mean, we're running 1.5 million running at 60 FPS while streaming. 3 million. Do you think it'll help actually getting a 3D VFX related job? MDS or Embergen or the PC? probably not with PC, but just for interest. I mean, I could probably run like 30. I don't know, just add a shit ton of numbers here, and we're getting like, it's running bad. I think I fucked up the burst or something, or I don't know why it's glitching like this. But I'm running 20 FPS with like how many billion? The course, yes. The short answer, yes. But yeah, so this is why I think Imogen's the most. I don't know why. Could that one run? This, like, dude, it would make me cry if Crisis run worse and trying to do something amazing in this, just because of like how insane. Like this, bear in mind, is like running. I don't know why it's spazzing, and I think it's just because I'm like, fucking, like you're not supposed to be able to do this. I think it's. I don't actually know why. If I run like, slide it down. Here we go. I think I had too many. Either way, I got 5-6 billion particles. What it's doing is they still exist. Just adding more. So, like we went to 10 billion particles, which I think what it does is it restarts because it can't run that. Like it can run it, but the thing's not made to be able to run it. MDS, I'll show you. So media design school, listen, I'm not here to, you know, go, hey, join us, but hey, join us, dude. The media design school is so much better. It's so much harder though. So it's not so much harder, but like you're expected a bit more. There's a bit more to it. Now, I've only been here for like the 1 year with Ruben, and I'm not doing VFX either. I'm doing game dev, so game art is my, you know, I'm getting a bachelor in creative technologies game art. That's my bachelor. 3 academic years. It's nice. Would I highly recommend it? Yes. So I'm not actually, I do VFX as a side hobby. And I still make good shit, right? Like, you know, never doubt, you know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, it's 3 years. Like, I mean, I've been pumping out some pretty good shit. I did, my nuke. I mean, which is obviously, like, fucking really compressed right now. But it goes up to 4K and it looks hella clean. Because, anyway, but that's a whole long story. I won't get too much into that. So, is MDS fucking good? I forgot bachelors and shit takes that long. Yeah. Anything that you do now, so unless you're getting another diploma, but I wouldn't recommend getting another diploma at this point. Yeah. Don't worry, I can barely spell bachelor myself. I wouldn't recommend going for diploma. You have 2 diplomas. I have 2 diplomas. Assuming you passed last year, I wouldn't go. You at least have 1 diploma, I think. I wouldn't get another diploma. Stacking diplomas means nothing. Companies only care about if you have like 1 diploma, right? If I could, we've got 3. I got like technically 3 diplomas. I got diploma of passing high school, diploma of, you know, animation, and diploma in 3D production. Means shit. People see that you got a diploma, tick off the box, you know what I mean? This is for this course, but it is fucking expensive. These are expensive. But bear in mind, okay, for game dev in New Zealand, 25% of the people in the industry, well, give or take, maybe it's not 25, but it's like 20s. Never mind. 10% increase in game design jobs in New Zealand in 2022. It doesn't say here. I don't know if it'll say because it's quite flex, but something like, if I recall correctly, it's something like 25% of people. Percent of people in NZ game design from MDS. I don't know if it's gonna say, I can't remember where it says. Either way, I recall reading that like 25 or so % of people from that's currently in the New Zealand industry of game design are from MDS. Rate your current course to UB being 5. Well, I would argue that UB is not a 5. I would argue it's lower than 5. But if I were to rate it by this course, current course, and if I'm talking currently, I'm split. This year has been half good, half bad. Half bad because it's been half the year you do 2D, and then you don't do 2D again, really. The other half of the year we've been doing 3D. I've been making an interactive environment in Unity, in Unreal, I should say, and it's good. And then I've also, like, it's not great, and there are issues, but issues because of its time constraints. Then you run, and I've done some 3D modeling, which they ask you to make really, it's about your optimization. Because you're making game dev shit, they need to see your anybody can make something that look good, right? Anybody can hop into ZBrush and make something that looks fucking hyper-realistic when you're playing Pizza Tower. I don't think I'm playing Pizza Tower at all, mate. Sorry to break the bad news on you. Never heard of Pizza Tower.
Does your stream say that?
I don't know. So we had to keep it very highly optimized, but this is something that I made. You got a coin pouch, knife, and a candle. I even made this, which is, you know, I gotta flex it, man. It was hard enough making it. The restriction was 500 tries, and it had to be no more than 256p. So you can see why it looks low quality. 256p is fucking low. So 126, no, 250, 128p squared. So very low. But next year you're working in groups to make a couple games, and then the last year you make one big game with a group. Say RuneScape Bones, yeah. So yeah, the test is to see how well you can make 3D. I don't know what my results will be. I don't know when they'll upload it. Probably by the end of the holidays. But sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so it is pretty cool. I didn't like the 2D drawing. I didn't like it. Traditional. I can show you. Like, here's the thing. I will say I'm a lot better now at traditional than I was before, but that doesn't mean I enjoy it. I'll show you my current assessment that's due tomorrow that I'm going to hand in, which is pretty much done. I might just touch up a couple things. So we've made a game as well, solo. There's an apple that I had to draw. Still get the picture. Like, here's the thing. They teach you how to make things in Good. Sorry, it's very small. I can... So 1 to 10, trying to decide who to go. Who's the competition? I would say 10 out of 10. If you're going to MDS, the thing is, if you pass, they will give you a job. Something like 80% of the students get a job within their first year after leaving MDS. There is not beating that. No matter what, there is no beating that. UB is like 5% max. It'd be like 2%. So when you put it in that perspective, 80% of the people, because they will give you jobs. They have so many sources and so many hookups, they will give you a job. G'day, great. The issue, you have to pass, and it's hard to pass. It's hard, and I'm passing myself, like, pretty well. Like, I'm not passing, like, greatly with merits and excellences and stuff, but I'm passing fine. Like, I'm pretty comfortable with my shit. So, yeah. We've made games out to make a game solo as well. Like, they teach you everything well. Laid. America. How's it going? Great. And I made a game. We had to make a game in this thing, Game Maker. So I'll get back, I'll revolve back to it, right? But we had a game that we had to make. Now bear in mind, there's not merits next to it, but it's like an A, B, C, and D being fail. But I'm still used to high school shit. Anyway, so I made a game. It's just a simple platformer made all by myself. I still just got home from work. Oh, that's pretty good. Hope it wasn't too bad. So I'll link back to it. Is it worth taking this? And is it worth 10 out of 10? Yes. Okay. Is the experience as good? I'm not sure. I think the experience to me is probably like an 8. I didn't like the first half of the year. Some of it was good. Like, a lot of it was good. It's just a lot more is, like, required about from you. Like, they expect a lot more. Also, I don't like 2D. If I like 2D, it would be a lot better. Okay, I hear, like, a lot of people that do 2D are, like, loving that part. For me, I don't. But you don't struggle with working from home? No. Not at all. 40, indeed, 40 is rad. The cinema 40. No, no, I don't struggle with motivation or anything like that. Because a lot of the stuff that you're making is stuff, you have quite a lot of free will with what you're making, so it's like, make anything you really want. Like, here's the thing, they give you restrictions, but you got freedom, right? So making my game, I could make any game I wanted. If you are struggling to motivate yourself to make a game, there's any game that you want to make, then I would argue you're not fit for the course. So you got quite a bit of free will, yeah. So a lot of it's kind of like, make whatever you want within these specifications, and they give you, like, you know, try count, stuff like that. Stanley Barrel. So a lot of it's pretty good, and you're pretty open and free with a lot of that. But you just have, like, if you can't find the motivation, then when you're in the industry, how will you find the motivation to keep going? It's going to be harder when you're in the industry to get the motivation because you're making somebody else's product. Here, you're able to make your own product, whatever you want. So, yeah, that's why I find it a lot easier, staying home and stuff like that. You know, hop on a PC, you got a good PC, easy dubs. Exactly. The, I need to go to the bathroom in a minute, but I'll quickly show you the, yeah. So there is a VFX. I don't know too much about it because I haven't talked to anybody who does the VFX in animation. There is a VFX course. I feel mega motivated at work, just unvoted. I get you completely, my dude. Whenever I was at work, I'm like, fuck, dude, there's so much shit that I want to make. As soon as I take a step home from work, I'm like, no, dude. As soon as I take a step home, I'm just like, dude, I cannot be bothered doing any work. And I would, like, draw out what I wanted to make and stuff like that. And I'd be like, I know, I've, like, planned this all in my head. I know exactly how to achieve it. Then I get home, I'm just like, dude, I don't have the energy to do it. So, I mean, I had 2 jobs, so it was a little bit harder for me. But I don't recommend making your hobby your work, but it works for some people. Yeah, I agree with that, Noodle. Because if you're... Here's the thing. I did not know they're the #1 animation VFX school. Oh. It's like... Oh, yeah. No, Noodle, don't go there. Top 10 best animations VFX school in the... Oh, Amy. Wait, Amy, are you even there?
Yeah, I'm just a bit sad.
Are you also sort of seeing what I'm showing?
Yes, I'm very sad.
Yeah. I mean, technically you could re-swap again, but what do you
What's
do?
the point?
Sage,
What's the
yeah.
point?
As Sage indeed, Noodle.
It's like I'm already in my 2nd year.
Yeah. Animation rigging, modeling, surface lighting, traditional art, which... traditional art's just gonna be drawing. Digital art, 3D modeling, 3D rendering, 3D projects. Don't mention VFX really there. I don't know what kind of VFX are. There's 3D compositing and stuff. That's pretty cool. Visual effects, compositing production techniques, interesting.
Yeah, rigging.
Yeah, rigging wouldn't be fun, but that's part of animation because the animator would generally have to rig.
The technical artist.
If there's a technical artist, some don't have technical artists, which sucks. Also depends. Some technical artists just work in engine. Because technical artist also fits like if you're making for a game, right? Technical artists are generally the people that puts everything into the engine, like Unity, Unreal, shit like that. So it's a bit of a it depends on a couple of things, but you'd hope the technical artist would be the main rigger, depending on how big the thing is, the places. Like if it's AAA, you'd definitely, but if it's double or indie, then maybe not. But yeah, otherwise I would probably, I mean, you know, take their word for it. Don't trust Unity. Unity sucks, but I think a lot of these sorts of things will be dropping Unity because of reasons I've stated early in the stream. But, I mean, suppose it, like, here's the thing. They're obviously posting it because it's good. They wouldn't say it if it's bad, but I will have to take their word for it. In this animation career yeah. I don't know. Top 10. Yeah, so it's the 10th best. Goes Goblins, France. Yeah, don't know any of these other ones. Oh, Sydney isn't too far behind. Beijing Film Academy is very good. But yeah, seems pretty good. I don't know how much what is really required in the VFX. I don't know if you're making the VFX or it's mainly just comping, but so I don't know if that would be, if you want to do VFX, I don't know if that's like the course for you, especially because you've got animation as a big portion of it. But if you want to do more 3D modeling and stuff, I would highly recommend. You've got this, the one that I'm doing, but there's also, so you got Gamer, but there is also graphic design would be cool. There's programming, motion design. I think there is. Listen, I feel like diploma in creative technologies. A lot of people did creative technologies back in. I feel like critical thinking skills, a short course online. What the fuck? It costs $100. It's a 2-year course, 2-hour course.
Interesting.
I don't know if it would be worth. I wouldn't do it myself, but
maybe some people do need that.
but I mean, like it's not bad, right? It's like buying like a tutorial and stuff like that. Some of these can be like really helpful even if they're quite short, but I don't know if I'd really be willing to pay that much. 1 to 2 hours. I don't know, you know what I mean? I wonder if it's like if it's just some videos to watch or they actually like talk to you. Regardless, I don't know, if it interests you, I would highly recommend it. If you know of any other ones, I'd be interested to know what other places you're considering. But yeah, so this one there was just pure 3D modeling, but I must have been thinking of something else. Oh, that's also online. They're both online in campus. But yeah, most people say, you know, have pretty good. I think everyone's been pretty happy with the year. There's one teacher that's pretty shite, but that's like one teacher. You know what I mean? The rest of the teachers are really good. Like, do you know Chivalry? Cody, one of our teachers works on at Chivalry. Too. Like here's the thing. Back at UB, our teachers did like nothing. Okay, what had they made prior? Like, I don't mean to be rude. Like, they were pretty decent teachers, I guess. Like, a lot of them were like nice people. But did they have like experience? You know what I mean? So a lot of our teachers, you know, they work at Pickpock, or worked at Pickpock. They worked at, you know, pretty much all the top New Zealand companies. But some of them worked like abroad on some like bigger titles. I need to go to the bathroom, but I will be right back. sorry, is gone. That's all good. You have a awesome night, and thanks for popping in, and hopefully that brought up some, you know, hope that, you know, I don't know, might interest you or something. Anyway, I probably might end stream as well. It's 11 o'clock now, as you can probably see. And I'm tired. And I gotta finish. I was gonna show, I don't know, if Cody's here still, I'll quickly show. If not, I'll quickly show regardless. And if anybody watches back, they're welcome to see. But here's something else. It's kind of bland. I don't care, dude. I was on a time constraint. You know, we got a nice moon for the ground, which I made, by the way. I think I made that on stream as well. So check out my stream if you guys want to see it. I added particles and stuff. Yeah, you can see the box of where I didn't know how to fix it, and it was really annoying me. So I don't know why it goes black. I think here's the thing. Unreal has a lot of issues. Thank you. Here's the thing. Unreal has a lot of issues. A lot of people don't understand. Which is why I'm a bit scared for games in Unreal. In the future. But I made this, which is really cool. This was not made in Unreal. I just want to preface. It's not made, like, everything is, but the moon isn't made in Unreal. The big 4K. I wish it was 8K, but that would sap performance. That was done in World Create. I just want to preface. Making that sort of stuff in. Ooh. Sorry, it's loading. It takes a minute, but I'm also just trying to. There we go. I just don't want to leak my address and everything. Here we go. I mean, it's a little bit different because I've changed the normal, but you can sort of see it's very similar. Very good. It does like cuck up the look because it looks always a lot better in here than it looks in Engine. Don't know why, but if I popped it up to like 8K textures, it just looks so much better. So much higher resolution because we're about this, and this looks like very good. Even here looks alright. Still not great, but yeah. But over here, it just looks so clean. Oh, I forgot to do something on my submission. Oopsies. I was meant to post this and I didn't. Anyway, that's that. So, I'm using my own tools and my own knowledge for a lot of that. So, I don't know. I hope that I get, like, you know, slightly better marks for utilizing my own knowledge. But, because nobody else will have, you know, shit looking that good, because nobody else spends like $500 on software, even though it's very good software. It's arguably the best software for that. It's not the best. There's one thing better, which is Houdini, but Houdini is so much harder to learn. I mean, I'm using Subtle Plug World Creator, but it's like very good. A lot of these software are good, you just have to be good at using them. Like, this is all made in it. It's not a real video, it's all CG. But definitely worth it. It's like, they've added a new thing, so they stopped monthly, but you can buy casual for $149, dude. Even if you were buying monthly with something like $20, or maybe it's like $30 monthly, save up like a small handful of months and just buy this. It's one time, you get 12 months of maintenance. You own it forever, okay? It's perpetual. Okay, if you cannot, here's the thing, if you're buying monthly, but you don't own it perpetual, if you cough up a little bit more money, right? I don't know how much it was before, but you own it forever. So as soon as you stop getting an income or something, you don't got to worry about payment and stuff. You are limited to like 1 meter precision, and you are limited to max export size is 4K by 4K, which sucks. Smelly, not good, but you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I mean, it's fine. Like, this is plenty fine for casual stuff, especially. Now, I would argue just get the professional if you're really looking at using shit. But it's if you got the money, still a decent bit of money. That's USD, by the way, so almost 500 for me, but definitely worth it in my opinion. I've made some pretty good shit with it. It's definitely helped me. Like, the thing is, you look at it like money saving. How much money can you save for that? And time saved, can I say? Like, the amount of time it would take for you to, like, remake that using the default Unreal editor. Ugh, no. Don't even consider that. So, yeah. I look at, like, how much money, how much time, because time is money. So how much time could you save if you make 20 bucks an hour, which is something like, so here the minimum wage is like $22 an hour, so 22 NZD to USD. You're looking at 13, so that's like maybe California wages or something. You know, and if you're looking at paying something like, you know, it was like 480, so, you know, if you go like 480 NZD, looking at a 21, so 21 hours of working, almost 22 hours of working, which sucks. That's like a week, that's like half a week of working. But yeah, like, it sucks. It's like half a week's worth of work to, like, arguably you get that done in like 3 days. But you know, obviously I wouldn't spend, if it's like all the money you make out of those like week or whatever, I don't. But it, like, if you're saving up for a month, easy. You know what I mean? Assuming you're not capping out, you know what I mean? If that's like, you know, you're not spending, like, depending, you know, your circumstances. If you're spending all that money on like an apartment, because apartments are expensive, and like food and shit like that, then so 6 AM, jeez. You have a good one, Chief. Thanks for popping by, and I'll probably also end stream, to be honest. But yeah, thanks for popping in. I might be in a different room again tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll see. Thank you guys all for popping by. Been pretty good round. Pretty good chat. Some interesting stuff came out of it. So yeah, thank you. Oh my god. See, okay, here's the thing. You guys were literally posting the meme of like me pulling some crazy faces. My friend, who's like not even watching, is now literally just sent the same fucking, he's sending like the same meme. And I'm just like, what are the coincidences? Because you are obviously not in contact with that guy. Weird coincidence. Anyway, kind of funny. Bingus. Thank you guys all for watching. Been pretty good. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. Probably. Bingus. But yeah. Catch yous